It is a prestige battle for the BJP, Congress and the TRS in all of these states, especially in Telangana, where there have been a lot of allegations, counter-allegations that were made by the TRS and the BJP. Well, these are the visuals also coming in right now of the heavy security that you can see as polling is underway. Beg your pardon, the counting of votes is underway in these constituencies. Going across to Andheri first. Andheri, if you could take us through the latest that you're learning, it is definitely a prestige battle for the TRS and the BJP.
Well, Samiksha, first I would like to show you here is the TRS leader who has just arrived at the counting center. He has just arrived at the counting center, as we also have been reporting, and since day one that the counting this day has been a very important day, and this also at the same time I would like to show you the security deployment here in Nalgonda. As we continue to report, half a kilometer from here is the counting center, and massive security deployment across the way in Nalgonda, and also at the same time, definitely as you rightly pointed out, it has been a prestige issue for the TRS, BJP and the Congress, and also at the same time we have been seeing that the TRS and the BJP's face-off has been going on since a long time, let it be in regard with the poaching controversy, or we also see, we'll also try and speak to him once. Sir, what
Thank you.
Sir, are you confident of winning?
100%.
You're confident of winning?
100% I am the confident. Thank you.
So as you can see, Samiksha, he says he is confident of winning. That was the TRS candidate, Prabhakar Reddy, who was speaking to us, and he also says that he is confident of winning. But also at the same time, the BJP and the Congress candidates are already at the counting center here in Nalgonda, where the counting has begun for the ballot, postal ballot, and also we have been seeing in some time from now EVM counting will also begin in next half an hour to 45 minutes is what we are being told. But yes, massive deployment of police officials and also extra forces have been called in, because during the voting day we had seen that how there were clashes which broke out at various locations. At the polling stations also we had seen that there were clashes which were reported. So now police is making sure that no untoward situation takes place, and so extra police deployment has been put in place here.
Yes, Andheri, stay with us. Going across to Sandeep as well, who's reporting live from Mumbai. By-poll results to be announced today. Sandeep, talk to us about how crucial it is for the BJP and the other parties.
See, as far as Andheri East constituency is concerned, remember this is one way for Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray's party, that is Uddhav Thackeray faction. In fact, Rutuja Latke, who is contesting on the ticket of Uddhav faction, has no other candidate or no other party candidate contesting against her when we talk about national party. Yes, independent candidates are there in front of her, but it is one way for Rutuja Latke, and in fact very much in the favor of Rutuja Latke, as there are no candidate being fielded by BJP, neither Congress, neither NCP as well. Remember, Samiksha, in the past BJP had fielded Murji Patel, who had in fact got 50,000 votes in the last assembly elections, and wherein he fought the election on an independent ticket. So definitely, after looking out the way how Ramesh Latke in fact expired, so definitely all eyes on the by-poll elections. We will giving you back-to-back update on by-poll elections. Stay tuned.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 10 years, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, mass comm, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
सर लगातार पंजाब में पराली जलाई जा रही है, लगातार पंजाब में पराली जलाई जा रही है, दिल्ली में पोल्यूशन हो रहा है। सर आप जवाब तो दीजिए सर, आपकी सरकार ने कहा था कि आप काम करेंगे, इस तरह से कब तक होगा सर? क्या कहना चाहेंगे सर, जिस तरह से पराली को लेकर बात
आज पराली की आज देखो जे कितना बदल।
सर देखिए कितना बड़ा मुद्दा है जो दिल्ली तक गया है।
मेरी बात सुनो, जब मैं पराली पे पीसी करूंगा तो फिर आ जाऊंगा ना, छोड़ छोड़ नहीं जब मैं ना ऐसा नहीं मैं नहीं
इतना बड़ा इशू
नहीं
2 मिनट तो दीजिए सर। सर पराली का इतना बड़ा इशू।
सर मैंने आपको बोल दिया मैं पीसी करूंगा, आपने आज जाना उधर।
Building portion collapse incident at the Chennai, 1 dead and 3 injured at the NSC Bose Road.
Killing of Sudhir Suri, there is anger among the Hindu organizations in Punjab. That is the reason they have given the call of Bandh today in Amritsar.
The AQI level over here in Delhi is around 431, which is at severe category. This is slightly better than what the situation was yesterday.
The train bogie had caught on fire at the Nashik Road railway station. Bogie of which had caught on fire was the Shalimar Mumbai LTT Express. Fire in
Here are the headlines at 8:30. 7 seats across 6 states in the fray. The states are high as counting of votes get underway. Will TRS retain its position over opposition, or will Congress make a move, or will BJP herald a southern push? All eyes on Munugodu by-poll results. The race for Gujarat intensifies. Prime Minister Modi to kickstart Gujarat campaign today. Anger over slain Hindu activist murder in broad daylight. Sudhir Suri's last rites today. No end to stubble burning. National capital continues to choke. Witnesses 40 to 50% increase in patients. A very good morning. Thanks for staying with us on Republic TV. You're watching the Morning Express with me, Nivedna Prabhu. First up, the National Investigation Agency on Saturday filed a charge sheet against 3 arrested and 2 wanted accused, including fugitive gangster Dawood Ibrahim, in a case related to D Company, which is involved in various terrorist and criminal activities. Now, the charge sheet names Arif Bhaijan, Shabir Abubakar Sheikh alias Shabir, Salim Fruit, who have been arrested, while the accused wanted are Dawood Ibrahim and Chota Shakil. Here's more in our report.
The National Investigation Agency has filed a charge sheet against fugitive Dawood Ibrahim and his close aide Chota Shakil in connection with a terror funding, terror financing and unlawful activities case that was filed in Mumbai sometime early this year, with the NIA taking over the case in the month of February. Subsequently, we saw arrests being made in the case and questioning and interrogation leading to the name of Dawood Ibrahim coming out in the extortion syndicate. Essentially, the modus operandi was, 1, to terrorize and threaten people and then to extort money from them, use that money for terrorist activities, criminal activities, and to create communal discord in the country. Also, the same gang took money through Hawala channels from Dawood Ibrahim's syndicate abroad and used that money to carry out narco terror in India, drug smuggling and other activities aimed at creating disturbance in the country, terrorize people, extort money and channelize that illegal money around in their own syndicates. So those who have been named, apart from Dawood Ibrahim, of course, who's identified as Dawood Ibrahim Kaskar alias Sheikh Dawood Hassan, he is wanted accused number 1. Then Shakil Sheikh alias Chota Shakil, wanted accused number 2. And then, of course, those who are already in custody and behind bars, and based on the questioning and interrogation of those the name of Daud Ibrahim came out, and they are Arif Abu Bakr Sheikh alias Arif Bhaijan, and Shabir Abu Bakr Sheikh alias Shabir, accused number 2, and Mohammad Salim Qureshi alias Salim Fruit. Remember, these people were involved in threatening and extorting money from top businessmen, from Bollywood personalities, and channelizing those funds in their crime syndicate. And now, in the same case, Daud Ibrahim, India's almost permanent fugitive, is again charge-sheeted by the NIA.
Moving on, jailed conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar has levelled fresh allegations against Aam Aadmi Party's convener, Delhi's Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, and AAP leader Satyendra Jain in a new letter that he wrote from the Tihar jail dated November 4, 2022. In that particular letter, he said that he's being terrorized at the behest of Satyendra Jain, an ex-DG prisons of Tihar jail, after his complaint to the Delhi Lieutenant Governor went public.
A few days back, conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar, now in Tihar jail being tried for extortion, he put out a letter claiming he had contributed money to the Aam Aadmi Party and that he was promised tickets from the Aam Aadmi Party. He had named Satyendra Jain, saying he was directly in touch with Satyendra Jain. Now, there's been a second letter, a second Congate bomb dropped by Sukesh Chandrasekhar, and this one is more explosive. Now, in this letter, he mentions Arvind Kejriwal. He claims Arvind Kejriwal met him at a hotel in Delhi. He claims Arvind Kejriwal paid a visit to him. Arvind Kejriwal received 50 crore as contribution from Sukesh Chandrasekhar. In turn, he says, he claims he was promised a Rajya Sabha ticket. That's not the only allegation. He claims Arvind Kejriwal asked him to mobilize 20 to 30 individuals who could together collect about 500 crore rupees to ensure that the elections are fought in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. The allegations are many, the allegations are serious, but the Aam Aadmi Party, to all of this, has called Sukesh Chandrasekhar, now the poster boy of the BJP, saying that the BJP is using, fronting Sukesh's claims to fight the elections ahead of the MCD elections, ahead of the Gujarat and Himachal polls. The Aam Aadmi Party claims that this is a tactic being used by the BJP. Now, as far as the allegations, the specific allegations of the 50 crore are concerned, Sukesh Chandrasekhar talks about several people. He mentioned Satyendra Jain a couple of times. He also says that after the first letter came out a few days back, there's been more pressure being exerted on him by Satyendra Jain and now the former DG of the Tihar jail. Perhaps, is that why the Tihar DG was transferred? We don't know. But the allegations are serious and the fight continues. The BJP held a news conference on Saturday and it's been the biggest talking point, with them calling Kejriwal a thug. Interesting that a con man writes a letter making allegations. Now, the first question is, can you take a con man at face value? What if the con man actually contributed 50 crore rupees to the Aam Aadmi Party? There are questions that also arise on whether the Aam Aadmi Party must come clean, show their books, that they didn't take money from a known extortionist. Let's see where the story goes. One of the big stories here on Republic this Sunday.
In other news, a live mortar was defused at a forward village near the LOC in Jammu and Kashmir's Poonch district on Saturday. Now, according to officials, some labourers found the unexploded mortar shell while digging at a Jote village and informed the police about the same. Now, notably, a bomb disposal squad was rushed to the village and the explosive device safely defused.
There was a harrowing incident in Poonch in Jammu earlier yesterday when a live mortar shell, unexploded, was discovered at a construction site. The forces and then the bomb disposal squads were immediately called in. The mortar was in a pit that had been dug. For a while they put cement bags around it, and while the bomb disposal squad plotted on how it will control the detonation that will eventually remove the threat of this live mortar shell. Eventually it took quite a lot of time. It was evening by the time that the mortar shell was finally detonated. In a video and visuals that we have accessed of the detonation taking place, the mortar shell is placed in a forested kind of area. There is a fire that is lit around it, and then in a short while the entire fire and everything around it is extinguished by the force of the blast. So this just tells you that this live mortar shell that was probably fired by Pakistan, it was defective in some way, which is why it did not explode on impact. However, its potency remained unchanged, and so in this controlled detonation, the bomb disposal squad, with enormous risk to its own life, managed to extricate it and then set it in such a context where it would explode, thereby negating its effect and removing and neutralizing that threat. So a win for the forces, the safety of everyone has been ensured, and this mortar shell has been exploded in a controlled environment in Poonch.
Here's also what's making news across the globe. Ukrainian President Zelensky thanked the G7 nations for announcing a coordination mechanism to help rebuild Ukraine's shattered energy structure. Zelensky has also met with White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, who made a surprise visit to Kyiv. Further military aid to Ukraine is on the agenda. Intense rains and landslides have left at least 7 dead and some 330 houses affected in eastern Venezuela. For the past 5 weeks, nearly 14,000 families have been affected by the heavy rains, floods and landslides ravaging the South American country. Former United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon has urged firm and decisive action by the international body following increased nuclear provocations by North Korea. Around 1,500 demonstrators gathered at the headquarters of Hungary's public media company to protest what they say is biased news coverage and state-sponsored propaganda that favors the country's populist government. Italy's new government has adopted a measure formalizing the closure of its ports to rescue ships run by humanitarian groups as 4 vessels with more than 1,000 migrants continue to push for access to a safe port. Even as microblogging site Twitter started laying off employees in India as a part of a global job cut ordered by the social media platform's new owner Elon Musk, must justify the action, citing that the company was losing $4 million every day. Now, days ahead of a planned missile test by India, a Chinese spy ship named Yuan Wang 6, capable of tracking such tests, in fact, has entered the Indian Ocean. In fact, the missile is likely to be fired from the Abdul Kalam island off the coast of Odisha between 10th and 11th of November, for which India has already issued a NOTAM.
China once again has resorted to its dirty tricks. China has sent one of its spy ships to the Indian Ocean. This comes days ahead of a planned missile test by India. The missile is likely to be fired from the Abdul Kalam island off the coast of Odisha between 10th and 11th November. It is understood that India may test the submarine-launched ballistic missile K-4 meant for country's indigenous nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines. It is feared that the spy ship has been stationed to keep an eye on India. Sources in the defense establishment said that the Chinese spy ship has the ability to track the trajectory, accuracy, speed, and range of Indian missile test. The Chinese vessel is a third-generation tracking ship of Yuan Wang series. The ship, which entered into service in 2008, designed by China's 708th Research Institute. The Indian Navy has been alerted about this, and it is keeping an eye on the ship. Remember to keep an eye on its neighbors. China has already done such acts in the past. Apart from this, China also keeps sending such ships to keep an eye on satellite launches. However, this time the purpose of sending the ship to Indian Ocean from China has yet not been known. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
We're slipping into a short break right now, but on the other side, will TRS retain its position over the opposition, or will Congress make a move, or will the BJP herald a summer pusher? All eyes on Munugodu by poll results. And the race for Gujarat intensifies. Prime Minister Modi to kickstart the Gujarat campaign today. We'll get you the latest on that. Stay tuned to Republic.
The train bogie had caught on fire at the Nashik Road railway station. Bogie of which had caught on fire was the Shalimar Mumbai LTT Express. Fire, in fact, that has broken out in a plastic slippers and shoes manufacturing factory in the Narela industry area.
Crash between a truck and an auto near Chittaguppa Taluk. 7 people have been killed, and now the number of injuries has gone up to 11.
सर लगातार पंजाब में पराली जलाई जा रही है, लगातार पंजाब में पराली जलाई जा रही है, दिल्ली में पोल्यूशन हो रहा है। सर आप जवाब तो दीजिए सर, आपकी सरकार ने कहा था कि आप काम करेंगे, इस तरह से कब तक होगा सर? क्या कहना चाहेंगे सर, जिस तरह से पराली को लेकर बात
आज पराली की आज देखो जे कितना बदल।
सर देखिए कितना बड़ा मुद्दा है जो दिल्ली तक गया है।
मेरी बात सुनो, जब मैं पराली पे पीसी करूंगा तो फिर आ जाऊंगा नहीं जब मैं ना ऐसा नहीं मैं नहीं
इतना बड़ा इशू
नहीं
2 मिनट तो दीजिए सर पराली का इतना बड़ा इशू।
सर मैंने आपको बोल दिया मैं पीसी करूंगा, आपने आज खड़ो दो।
Building portion collapse incident at the Chennai, 1 dead and 3 injured at the NSC Bose Road.
Killing of Sudhir Suri, there is anger.
The breaking news coming in fact, Sri Lankan cricketer Danushka Gunatilaka, who was with the national squad for the T20 World Cup in Australia, which is currently underway, has been arrested on charges of sexual assault. Now, it has been learned that 31-year-old Gunatilaka was arrested and taken to Sydney City Police Station in the wee hours of Sunday following an investigation into alleged sexual assault of a woman on November 2nd is what we're learning so far. In fact, for more on this, we're joined in by Srijani, who's reporting live for our Mumbai newsroom. Srijani, good morning. Give us more details about these allegations that have been levelled against the Sri Lankan cricketer Danushka Gunatilaka.
Oh yes, and a major shocking revelation coming to picture right now during the T20 World Cup campaign. Sri Lanka cricketer, he has been a major force in the Sri Lankan national squad for years now, coming from the name of Danushka Gunatilaka, a Sri Lanka batsman, opening batsman. He has been charged with raping a woman in Sydney during the T20 World Cup campaign of Sri Lanka. And it is also pertinent to mention that Sri Lanka has left Sydney after losing to England yesterday, and they have left the country without him, and they have departed Sydney without him. And now Sri Lanka cricketer Danushka Gunatilaka, he is yet to he is facing charges of rape against a woman who he had met during a dating app site, and things are yet to be unknown on this.
All right. Thank you, Srijani, for getting us those details. Like Srijani was pointing out, now, of course, remember that the T20 World Cup 2022 is currently underway in Australia. Like Srijani said, that the team has left without Danushka Gunatilaka. But, of course, we'll continue to track all the latest updates about these allegations where the Sri Lankan cricketer has been arrested on the charges of. Moving on to other news, thousands took part in Argentina's 31st Pride Parade in Buenos Aires, demanded more rights for the LGBT community. The main concern for parade was transgender awareness on rising hate crime and sexual harassment faced by the community. As the midterm Senate race heats up, US President Joe Biden campaigned along with Barack Obama for Democratic Lieutenant Governor Don Fetterman as he set to contest against Republican candidate Methamus Oz. The governor's contest is crucial as it will determine direction of state policy and control of the state's election infrastructure heading into the 2024 presidential contest. Ukraine state electricity operator announced blackouts in Kyiv and 7 other regions of the country in the aftermath of Russia's devastating strikes on energy infrastructure. Time for a short break now on the Morning Express, but still to come. Anger over slain Hindu activist murder in broad daylight. Sudhir Suri's last rites today. And no end to stubble burning. National capital continues to choke. Witnesses 40 to 50% increase in patients. We'll get you the latest on that. Stay with us on Republic.
Building portion collapse incident at the Chennai, 1 dead and 3 injured at the NSC Bose Road.
Killing of Sudhir Suri, there is anger among the Hindu organizations in Punjab. That is the reason they have given the call of Bandh today in Amritsar.
The AQI level over here in Delhi is around 431, which is at severe category. This is slightly better than what the situation was yesterday.
The train bogie had caught on fire at the Nashik Road railway station. Bogie of which had caught on fire was the Shalimar Mumbai LTT Express. Fire, in fact, that has broken out in the plastic slippers and shoes manufacturing factory in the Narela industry area.
Crash between a truck and an auto near Cheetah Taluk. 7 people have been killed and now the number of injuries has gone up to 11.
सर लगातार पंजाब में पराली जलाई जा रही है, लगातार पंजाब में पराली जलाई जा रही है, दिल्ली में पोल्यूशन हो रहा है। सर आप जवाब तो दीजिए सर, आपकी सरकार ने कहा था कि आप काम करेंगे, इस तरह से कब तक होगा सर? क्या कहना चाहेंगे सर, जिस तरह से पराली को लेकर बात
आज पराली की आज देखो कितना बदल।
सर देखिए कितना बड़ा मुद्दा है जो दिल्ली तक गया है।
मेरी बात सुनो, जब मैं पराली पे पीसी करूंगा तो फिर आ जाऊंगा ना, छोड़ नहीं जब मैं ना ऐसा नहीं, मैं
इतना बड़ा इशू
नहीं
2 मिनट तो दीजिए सर पराली का इतना बड़ा इशू।
सर मैंने आपको बोल दिया मैं पीसी करूंगा, आपने आज खड़ा होता।
प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी आज गुजरात में विधानसभा चुनाव के लिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी के प्रचार अभियान की शुरुआत करेंगे। पीएम वलसाड जिले में एक जनसभा को संबोधित करेंगे और भावनगर में एक सामूहिक विवाह कार्यक्रम में शामिल होंगे। इस आयोजन में 500 से अधिक ऐसी लड़कियों का विवाह संपन्न होगा जिनके पिता नहीं हैं। निर्वाचन आयोग द्वारा विधानसभा चुनाव की घोषणा के बाद प्रधानमंत्री का अपने गृह राज्य का ये पहला दौरा होगा। गुजरात में विधानसभा चुनाव के लिए 2 चरणों में 1 और 5 दिसंबर को मतदान होगा। मतगणना 8 दिसंबर को होगी। हिमाचल प्रदेश विधानसभा चुनाव के लिए भाजपा आज संकल्प पत्र 2022 जारी करेगी। पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जगत प्रकाश नड्डा शिमला में इस चुनाव घोषणा पत्र को जारी करेंगे। इस मौके पर मुख्यमंत्री जयराम ठाकुर, भाजपा के प्रदेश अध्यक्ष समेत कई वरिष्ठ नेता विशेष रूप से उपस्थित रहेंगे। भाजपा ने अपने इस संकल्प पत्र को बनाने के लिए राज्यसभा सांसद एवं हिमाचल प्रदेश विश्वविद्यालय के पूर्व कुलपति प्रोफेसर सिकंदर कुमार की अध्यक्षता में एक कमेटी बनाई है। यह कमेटी पिछले कई दिनों से इस संकल्प पत्र को तैयार करने में जुटी रही है। राज्य में दोबारा सत्ता पाने की उम्मीद के साथ भाजपा अपने संकल्प पत्र को नया रिवाज बनाएंगे, फिर भाजपा लाएंगे नारे के साथ जारी कर रही है। इसमें युवाओं, बुजुर्गों, महिलाओं, कारोबारियों, उद्योगपतियों समेत विभिन्न वर्गों के मुद्दों को शामिल किया गया है। इससे पहले इस संकल्प पत्र को शुक्रवार को लॉन्च करने की योजना थी, लेकिन इसे रविवार तक के लिए स्थगित कर दिया गया था। और हिमाचल प्रदेश विधानसभा चुनाव का प्रचार तेज हो गया है। हिमाचल प्रदेश में 12 नवंबर को एक ही चरण में मतदान कराया जाएगा। वोटों की गिनती 8 दिसंबर को की जाएगी। विभिन्न राजनीतिक दलों के प्रमुख नेता राज्य में जनसभाएं कर रहे हैं। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के वरिष्ठ नेता और गृह मंत्री अमित शाह आज हिमाचल में 4 जनसभाएं करेंगे। अमित शाह कांगड़ा में 3 और ऊना में 1 जनसभा को संबोधित करेंगे। तो वहीं भाजपा के वरिष्ठ नेता और रक्षा मंत्री राजनाथ सिंह आज हिमाचल में 3 जनसभाएं करेंगे। राजनाथ सिंह शिमला, हमीरपुर और कांगड़ा में जनसभाओं को संबोधित करेंगे। आज केंद्रीय मंत्री अनुराग सिंह ठाकुर भी हिमाचल प्रदेश में विभिन्न चुनावी कार्यक्रमों में हिस्सा लेंगे। और 6 राज्यों की 7 विधानसभा सीटों पर हुए उपचुनाव के लिए आज मतगणना होगी। जिन सीटों पर मतदान हुआ था उनमें बिहार में मोकामा और गोपालगंज, महाराष्ट्र में अंधेरी पूर्व, उत्तर प्रदेश में गोला गोकर्णनाथ, हरियाणा में आदमपुर, तेलंगाना में मुनुगोड और ओडिशा में धामनगर शामिल हैं। इन सीटों पर 3 नवंबर को मतदान हुआ था। दिल्ली एनसीआर के इलाकों में प्रदूषण की खतरनाक धुंध छाई हुई है। दिल्ली में वायु प्रदूषण गंभीर स्थिति में पहुंच गया है। सिस्टम ऑफ एयर क्वालिटी एंड वेदर फोरकास्टिंग एंड रिसर्च यानी सफर के अनुसार दिल्ली में आज सुबह AQI 339 दर्ज किया गया। दम घोंटू हवा दिल्ली वालों के लिए सबसे बड़ी मुसीबत बन गई है। हर सांस दिल्ली वालों पर भारी है। लगातार जहरीली होती आबो हवा लोगों को बीमार बना रही है, जिसकी वजह से अस्थमा, सांस लेने में तकलीफ और ब्लड प्रेशर के मरीजों की संख्या में इजाफा हुआ है। जहरीली हवा का खासकर बच्चों और बुजुर्गों को सांस लेने की क्षमता पर सबसे ज्यादा असर पड़ रहा है। केंद्रीय पर्यावरण, वन एवं जलवायु परिवर्तन मंत्री भूपेंद्र यादव मिस्र में होने वाले संयुक्त राष्ट्र फ्रेमवर्क कन्वेंशन में पार्टियों के सम्मेलन के 27वें संस्करण के लिए शर्म अल शेख पहुंच गए हैं, जहां वे भारतीय प्रतिनिधिमंडल का प्रतिनिधित्व कर रहे हैं। केंद्रीय मंत्री ने कहा कि COP का 27वां संस्करण कॉप ऑफ एक्शन होना चाहिए, जिसमें जलवायु वित्त को परिभाषित करने, अनुकूलन और हानि और क्षति के परिणामों पर विशेष ध्यान देने वाले प्रमुख शहरों को बातचीत में होना चाहिए। अमेरिका में मंगलवार को होने वाली मध्यावधि चुनाव से पहले चुनाव प्रचार की गति तेज हो गई है। उम्मीदवार जनता को अंतिम दलीलें दे रहे हैं। बराक ओबामा और डोनाल्ड ट्रंप जैसे बड़े नेताओं ने भी खुद को चुनाव प्रचार में झोंक रखा है। राष्ट्रपति जो बाइडेन ने पिछले कुछ दिनों में कई चुनाव सभाएं की हैं, जिनमें उन्होंने मतदाताओं से डेमोक्रेटिक पार्टी का समर्थन करने की अपील की है। इस दौरान हाउस ऑफ रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स की सभी सीटों और सीनेट की 1/3 सीटों पर मतदान होगा। साथ ही 39 राज्यों और क्षेत्रीय गवर्नर चुनाव के अलावा कई अन्य राज्यों में स्थानीय चुनाव होंगे।
Well, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of the Morning Express. But on the other side, on Live and Breaking, will TRS retain its position over the opposition, or will Congress make a move, or will BJP herald a southern pusher? All eyes on Mortar by-poll results. We'll get you the latest on that. And the race for Gujarat intensifies. Prime Minister Modi to kickstart Gujarat campaign today. Stay tuned. We'll bring you the latest on Live and Breaking on the other side.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 10 years, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
क्या कहना चाहेंगे सर, जिस तरह से पराली को लेकर बात
आज पराली की आज देखो कितना बदल।
सर देखिए कितना बड़ा मुद्दा है जो दिल्ली तक गया है।
मेरी बात सुनो, जब मैं पराली पे PC करूंगा तो फिर आ जाऊंगा ना छोड़ छाप नहीं जब मैं ना ऐसा नहीं मैं नहीं
इतना बड़ा इशू
नहीं
2 मिनट तो दीजिए सर पराली का इतना बड़ा इशू
सर मैंने आपको बोल दिया मैं पीसी करूंगा आपने आज खड़ा होता
Building portion collapse incident at the Chennai, 1 dead and 3 injured at the NSC Bose Road.
Killing of Sudhir Suri, there is anger among the Hindu organizations in Punjab. That is the reason they have given the call of Bandh today in Amritsar.
The AQI level over here in Delhi is around 431, which is at severe category. This is slightly better than what the situation was yesterday.
The train bogie had caught on fire at the Nashik Road railway station. Bogie of which had caught on fire was the Shalimar Mumbai LTT Express. Fire, in fact, that has broken out in a plastic slippers and shoes manufacturing factory in the Narela industry area.
Crash between a truck and an auto near Cheetah Taluk. 7 people have been killed and now the number of injuries has gone up to 11.
सर लगातार पंजाब में पराली जलाई जा रही है, लगातार पंजाब में पराली जलाई जा रही है, दिल्ली में पोल्यूशन हो रहा है। सर आप जवाब तो दीजिए सर, आपकी सरकार ने कहा था कि आप काम करेंगे, इस तरह से कब तक होगा सर? क्या कहना चाहेंगे सर जिस तरह से
Here are the headlines at 9 a.m. on Live and Breaking. 7 seats across 6 states in the fray. The stakes are high as counting of votes get underway. Will TRS retain its position over opposition, or will Congress make a move, or will BJP herald a Southern pusher? All eyes on Munugodu by poll results. The race for Gujarat intensifies. Prime Minister Modi to kickstart Gujarat campaign today. Anger over slain Hindu activist murder in broad daylight. Sudhir Suri's last rites today. Anger over no end to stubble burning, beg your pardon. National capital continues to choke. Witnesses 40 to 50% increase in patients.
Today, states get 42% of the amount, now reduced by 141% because J&K is no longer a state. It will soon become maybe sometime.
Finance Minister makes big statement on Jammu and Kashmir, says centre mulling restoration of state status. A very good morning. Thanks for tuning into Republic TV. We're starting off with breaking news that is coming in. Air quality continues to dip in Delhi NCR. In fact, the air quality index presently at 349 in Noida, UP. In very poor category, 304 in Gurugram, Haryana. In very poor category, Delhi's overall AQI currently in very poor category at 339. And now as the politics over deteriorating air quality continues, BJP has now hit out at the Kejriwal government, saying Delhi's own causes of pollution are to be blamed primarily. Now, as usual, Kejriwal is running away from accountability is one of the accusations that is being made. But of course, the stubble burning debate continues as, of course, Delhi NCR citizens continue to choke. But the blame game in politics over the stubble burning once again. Now, in fact, talking about the particular numbers, if we were quickly to go through the air quality index, right now, it's standing at 349 in Noida, which is under the very poor category, 304 in Gurugram, Haryana, very poor category, and Delhi's overall AQI currently in very poor category at 339. For more information on this, we have Piyush Mishra, who's reporting live. Piyush, good morning to you. We're, of course, looking at the kind of status that Delhi NCR citizens are having to face with this stubble burning. Doesn't seem to an end to it. But on the other hand, of course, politicians are not taking action or accountability, rather very busy in the blame game.
Well, absolutely, Nivedha. They are not only busy in blame game, but they are also busy in campaigning in the state of Gujarat. Remember that soon after doing press conference, both the chief ministers of Delhi and Punjab had flown to Gujarat for campaigning. At the same time, top BJP leaders are also busy in campaigning. So blame game continues. At the end of the day, it's the people here in national capital who are at the receiving end. Right now, I am reporting from Akshardham area of national capital, and this is the place from where air quality is being measured. And as we are speaking, air quality continues to get worse and is in very poor category. I would ask my video journalist Sudhir Shah to pan and show how there is still a smoggy air. There is, visibility level has now dipped down. On my right side, if he focuses on the traffic, you can see how people are forced to drive with their headlights on. Though it's sunshine and visibility level still not very much clear, and that is why people are forced to switch on their headlight and drive on the roads. And this is because the visibility level continues to dip down, the air quality continues to dip down, and this is happening at a time when questions are being raised over the continuous stubble burning which is taking place in the state of Punjab. Though Arvind Kejriwal had done a press conference where he mentioned that he and his government would be focusing on improving air quality, but it seems like air quality continues to get deteriorate. This is a person who has now stopped here. Let me try to talk to him. भैया, एयर क्वालिटी से कुछ इशू है आपको? पोल्यूशन हो रहा है लगातार, आप बात करना चाहेंगे इस बारे में? He is not talking, but still we are seeing how people are facing problem. I am showing you how visibility level here in Delhi has dipped down. We have been getting voices from different political parties. They continue to be there in blame game. They continue to blame each other. But the point here is that when will the solution come? Who is going to give the solution? We also asked questions from the leaders of Aam Aadmi Party, from the Chief Minister of Punjab, Bhagwant Mann, but he was totally evasive when we confronted him. The point here is that for how long this will continue, blame game continues to take place and the air quality continues to dip in national capital. Visibility level has come down to a very low level, and here in national capital, the air quality continues to be in very poor category. Nivedana.
Right, Piyush, like you're of course pointing out, in fact, we can see behind him as well the visuals that are coming in to kind of show what citizens are having to go through at the particular moment with the air quality index. But let's move on to more breaking news that is coming in. Now, Prime Minister Modi has shared a video saying, and I quote, "Great news. I'm told that after mandatory quarantine, two cheetahs have been released to a bigger enclosure for further adaptation to the Kuno habitat. Now, others will be released soon. I'm also glad to know that all cheetahs are healthy, active and adjusting well." So that is Prime Minister Modi tweeting out there. Now, in fact, remember we had seen earlier when the 8 cheetahs were translocated from Namibia to Madhya Pradesh's Kuno National Park were shifted to a larger enclosure. Now, of course, Modi reacting to the release of the cheetahs to a larger enclosure. In fact, he even tweeted that and put a video out as well, where he spoke about the fact that he is expressing his happiness in terms of the great news that is coming in, where the 2 cheetahs have now been released to a bigger enclosure for further adaptation to the Kuno habitat as well. Now, this of course is Prime Minister Modi's video tweet, which you can see on your screens as well, where he's spoken about the 2 cheetahs quarantine coming to an end, and he's also spoken about that others will be released soon, and he was very glad to know that all cheetahs are healthy, active and of course adjusting well. So this is of course the video tweet by Prime Minister Modi. So So this is of course about the two cheetahs who spent 50 days in quarantine after being translocated from Namibia. They were released in a 6-kilometer square enclosure at the Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh is what we're learning so far. The two cheetahs were of course released in an enclosure as they adapted the habitat very well. On the other hand, of course, Prime Minister Modi reacting to this. For more on this, we're joined in by Piyush Mishra. Piyush, give us more details about the fact that, of course, we've seen these cheetahs who earlier made their way to Madhya Pradesh's Kuno National Park. We also saw Prime Minister Modi who attended that particular event. But give us the latest in terms of the video tweet that has come by Prime Minister Modi about these two cheetahs now who have completed quarantine as well.
So certainly, Nivedra, and the tweet has also been done by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, where he tweets, and I quote, "It's great news and told that after the mandatory quarantine, two cheetahs have been released to a bigger enclosure for further adaptation to the Kuno habitat. Others will be released soon. I'm also glad to know that all cheetahs are healthy, active, and accessible." This is what the Prime Minister is saying. And if you talk about the background of this, remember that 8 cheetahs had arrived in India from Namibia in September this year, and earlier we were told that they were to be released in a big enclosure, and this happened also in the backdrop of clearance which was received to the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, where we got to know as to how the no objection certificate was received to Ministry of Environment from the Ministry of Environment and Husbandry, and the certificate was also for the quarantine clearance of the cheetahs. What we're also learning is that the officials have said that 2 of the 8 cheetahs were released in an acclimatization enclosure of Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh's Shirpur district. And the officers have also said that after the completion of the quarantine period of these cheetahs brought from Namibia, 2 male cheetahs have been released in a big enclosure, and the rest of the cheetahs will also be released in a phase-wise manner. So the rest of cheetahs will be released in phase-wise manner. And Prime Minister in a tweet has also mentioned that the rest of the cheetahs are also healthy, active, and adjusting well. So it's a great news. This is what Prime Minister is also focusing on. Remember that the entire nation had welcomed this very big initiative. At the time, Prime Minister himself had gone to Madhya Pradesh when these cheetahs were brought in September from Namibia. An official also from Ministry of Environment.
Piyush, thank you for getting us those details. Of course, we'll keep coming back to you if we have further developments. But this is, of course, the latest in terms of Prime Minister Modi having tweeted over there about the 2 cheetahs. In fact, remember, from translocated from Namibia to Madhya Pradesh Kuno National Park was shifted to a larger enclosure, and he went on to tweet the same regarding it. But let's look at what else is making news. The National Investigation Agency filed a charge sheet against Dawood Ibrahim, 8 Chota Shakil and 3 others associates in connection with a terrorist network and organized criminal syndicate named the D Company, accused of several terror activities in India. A terrorist linked to the LET was apprehended near Bandipora in Jammu and Kashmir. Now, the terrorist was apprehended following a vehicle check near Chandragir, and weapons and ammunition found being caught. Now, the terrorist further confessed to being working on the directions of a handler from Pakistan.
तराना के एक स्कूल के शिक्षक द्वारा वहां पर पढ़ने वाली बालिकाओं से एक गलत हरकत करने का मामला सामने आया था, जिस पर से तराना में तत्काल अपराध पंजीबद्ध कर उक्त आरोपी
A private school teacher was arrested for allegedly molesting girls studying at a school situated at Tarana in Madhya Pradesh. Now, the girl students are reported to be aged between 12 and 14 years, with the school management further having not paid attention to prior complaints by the students. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman hinted at the possibility of the centre considering restoring statehood to Jammu and Kashmir. Now, the hint came about when the Finance Minister spoke on taxes of at least 42% further, stating that Jammu and Kashmir might become a state as well.
That Finance Commission said now you raise it to 42%, which means the centre will have lesser amount in its hand. Prime Minister Modi, without a second, they have thought about it, fully accepted that Finance Commission, and that is why today states get 42% of the amount, now reduced by 141% because J&K is no longer a state.
Indian boxers Meenakshi and Preeti assured medals for themselves for their maiden appearance at the Asian Boxing Championships at Amman in Jordan. PM Modi campaigned in Himachal Pradesh ahead of the polls to be held in the state. The Prime Minister called the Congress a guarantee of corruption and nepotism and targeted the Aam Aadmi Party as the most corrupt in the guise of being imandar as he campaigned for the BJP at Solan.
बार का हिमाचल चुनाव बहुत खास है। खास इसलिए क्योंकि इस बार 12 नवंबर को जो वोट पड़ेंगे वो वोट सिर्फ आने वाले 5 वर्ष के लिए नहीं है। इस बार 12 नवंबर को पड़ने वाला एक एक वोट हिमाचल के अगले 25 साल की विकास यात्रा तय करेगा।
Counting of the votes that took place as a part of the by-election to 7 assembly constituencies in 6 states is to be undertaken today.
In Telangana, Munugodu Assembly by-election was held on 3rd of November. The Power Party TRS, under the direction of Chief Minister KCR, several ministers camped, several MLAs, MPs camped. This is the height of the misuse of power.
Prime Minister Modi has visited a schedule to Gujarat ahead of the polls in the state, wherein he would be attending a meeting and a mass wedding ceremony in Bhavnagar. Now, the BJP National President JP Nadda as well as Home Minister Amit Shah would be leading the poll campaigns for the party in Himachal Pradesh, with visits scheduled to Shimla, Solan, Nagarota, Jaswantpuragar and Una. Pakistan's government has revoked the ban on the telecast of Imran Khan's speeches. Now, Pakistan's electronic media regulator PEMRA had earlier issued directives prohibiting any broadcast or rebroadcast of any of former Prime Minister Imran Khan's speeches. A subscription system of $8 per month has been announced for the blue tick in Twitter, with Elon Musk further announcing the decision to convert long-form text to tweets. Now, the results of the elections in 7 assembly seats across 6 states will be declared today. Now, prestige battles are being fought in Bihar and Telangana, and a family legacy is on the line in Haryana. Now, the polling was held in Mokama and Gopalganj constituencies of Bihar. On the other hand, Andheri East of Maharashtra, Adampur of Haryana, Munugodu of Telangana, Gola Gorakhnath of Uttar Pradesh, and Dhamnagar of Odisha on November 3rd. For more information on this, we're joined in by Andheri, who is reporting live on everything to do with the Munugodu by-poll election. Andheri, coming straight to you, good morning. Of course, we've seen so much happen before the by-elections, but before we dive into everything else, give us a quick sense of where the parties are standing currently and in terms of the results as well at the moment.
Well, definitely it's a big day for the TRS and the BJP because we have been seeing how there was a massive face-off which went behind during the campaigning, and also during the campaigning time we had also seen that there was a poaching controversy which had also broken out. But now when we talk about the counting, well, after the first round of counting we see that the TRS is in lead with near about 1,192 votes, and also at the same time we have been seeing now the counting for the second round of votes is going on, and also at the same time we will have to wait and watch who wins this Munugudu by-election, because this has been a prestige issue for both the parties, let it be the TRS or the BJP, whereas the Congress also says that they are confident of winning. But right now, after the first round of counting, we see that the Congress party stands at the third position, whereas the TRS is number 1 and the BJP is at number 2, and TRS is currently leading after the first round of counting, whereas second round of EVM counting is underway. And as we continue to report from Nalgonda here at the counting center, and as you can see, massive security, extra forces being put in place. This is the entrance of the counting center, but as you go near the counting center, massive police deployment which has been put in place. Every vehicle going inside is being checked, and also at the same time all the political party candidates of the BJP, TRS and the Congress are inside at the counting centers. They arrived here, and when we also happen to speak to the TRS candidate, he says that he is 100% confident of winning the Munugudu by-elections. Let's wait and watch what happens next, because right now second round of counting is underway.
Right, like Andheri was of course pointing out, the TRS is currently leading, but like she said, we'll keep coming back to her to give us the latest details about the further rounds as well. But considering we were talking about the bipole elections happening, we'll cut across to Sandeep, who's also reporting live. Now, Sandeep, coming to you, good morning. Give us a sense of what is happening in terms of the Andheri East bipole elections. A lot of talk also happened before that in terms of candidatures for this particular election. So tell us where it stands currently at the moment.
See, as far as Andheri East constituency is concerned, remember Rituja Latke is the only candidate who is in fact seems to be having more power out here. Now, remember what has happened in the past. Remember how Murji Patel was fielded by Bharatiya Janata Party, and later how Raj Thackeray wrote a letter to Eknath Shinde, and also Pratap Sarnaik from Eknath Shinde faction also wrote to Eknath Shinde. And after considering all the requests that as Rituja Latke is wife of deceased Ramesh Latke, who was from Shiv Sena party, and in fact he was not in the part of when Shiv Sena had got two factions. Now, after which the pictures and scenes are clear for Rituja Latke, and in fact the counting center, we are right outside the counting center, and the counting 19 rounds of counting will take place out here, and the first phase of counting has started, and in fact following which as far as the counting is concerned and this constituency is concerned, it seems that Rituja Latke is somehow winning this constituency, because as far as this seat is concerned, there is no other strong candidate to as a contending candidate. So remember, Murji Patel, despite of fighting independent election in the last assembly election, he had got 50,000 and more votes in last election. But yes, after several parties demanded that this seat should be vacant, in fact Rituja Latke should be allowed to fight and in fact contest the election alone, no candidate from a major national party was fielded from this constituency. So it is one-side affair for Uddhav Balasaheb Thackre's party's candidate Rituja Latke.
Right, Sandeep, stay with us. I'll come back to you. Cutting across back to Andheri, who's joining us live, reporting on the bipole election about Munugodu. Andheri, talk to us about the fact that there was also a record voter turnout. We understand that about 93% as well. If you could talk to us about that and give us more details.
That's right, Nivedita. We have been seeing that it was a massive voting which had taken place. The last EVM had arrived at the strong room at around 3 a.m. and also we had seen that till around 10 p.m. in the night, 10 to 10:30 p.m. in the night, the voting was going on in Munugudu on the 3rd of November. 93% voting has been done by the people of Munugudu. So definitely tough battle for the TRS, BJP and the Congress. Well, it all remains to be seen what's next now.
Right, Andheri. Now we also cut across to Vivek, who is reporting live from Lucknow. Vivek, good morning to you. Give us a sense of वहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है at the moment in terms of the counting as well. अगर आप हमें बता सके तो. क्या हो रहा है at the moment in terms of the counting as well. अगर आप हमें बता सके.
देखिए, इस बार 3 तारीख को जब वोटिंग हुई थी तो वोटिंग परसेंटेज अपने आप में काफ़ी अच्छा था। तकरीबन 62% वोटिंग हुई है गोला गोकरणनाथ में। और आज सुबह से जब से काउंटिंग शुरू हुई है तो 5 राउंड की काउंटिंग अभी तक हो चुकी है, जिसमें भारतीय जनता पार्टी के जो प्रत्याशी हैं अमन गिरी, वो तकरीबन 5000 वोटों से आगे चल रहे हैं। वहीं समाजवादी पार्टी इसमें पीछे चल रही है। कुल 7 प्रत्याशी इसमें चुनाव में उतरे थे। और वहीं अगर पिछले चुनाव का जिक्र करें तो 2017 और 2022 दोनों विधानसभा चुनाव में भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने अपने कब्जे में ये सीट ली थी। हालांकि 2012 में समाजवादी पार्टी के पास ये सीट थी, लेकिन 2022 में जिस तरीके से अरविंद गिरी जी का निधन हुआ उसके बाद से ये सीट खाली थी और अब उनके बेटे अरविंद गिरी के बेटे अमन गिरी इस सीट पर चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं। तो कहीं ना कहीं अमन गिरी के साथ एक जो सिंपैथी वोट बैंक है वो माना जा रहा है। तो वहीं समाजवादी पार्टी के भी जो कैंडिडेट हैं, इसी दौरान नेताजी का हमने निधन देखा था और समाजवादी पार्टी भी अपने खेमे में नेताजी के निधन के बाद एक सिंपैथी वोट बैंक की कोशिश जुटाने में है। क्योंकि आपको बताऊं कि 2012 में जब ये सीट 2008 के परसीमन के बाद जब 2012 का विधानसभा चुनाव हुआ था उस दौरान सबसे पहली बार समाजवादी पार्टी वहां पर जीती थी तकरीबन 20,000 वोटों से। लेकिन 2017 में जब भारतीय जनता पार्टी की एक लहर चली तो तकरीबन 55,000 वोटों से भारतीय जनता पार्टी वहां से जीत करके आई थी। हालांकि 2022 में ये जो रेशियो था वो काफ़ी कम हुआ और भाजपा ने 2022 में तकरीबन 20,000 वोटों से ये जीत हासिल की थी। लेकिन अब जब दोबारा से उपचुनाव हो रहे हैं तो अरविंद गिरी के बेटे अमन गिरी यहाँ पर जो प्रत्याशी हैं वो चुनाव में उतरे हुए हैं और भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने पूरी कोशिश की है, अपने दमखम के साथ उस चुनाव में उतरी है। चाहे सीएम हो, चाहे दोनों डिप्टी सीएम हो, लगातार अलग अलग जनसभाएं करके लोगों के बीच में पहुंच करके और भारतीय जनता पार्टी की जो उपलब्धियां हैं वो लोगों ने बताने की कोशिश की है। हालांकि वहीं समाजवादी पार्टी की बात की जाए तो सपा के जो बड़े नेता हैं अखिलेश यादव, वो इस बार उपचुनाव में प्रचार उन्होंने नहीं किया। हालांकि नेताजी के निधन के दौरान के बीच में ये जो चुनाव है वो उस दौरान जो तैयारियां हैं वो हमने देखी थी। तो कुल मिलाकर के ये माना जाए कि दोनों ने अपनी तरफ से कोशिशें की हैं, दोनों अलग अलग तरीके से सिंपैथी वोट बैंक जुटाने की कोशिश में हैं। लेकिन पिछले ट्रेंड्स की बात की जाए तो समाजवादी पार्टी ने एक बार 20,000 वोटों से लीड ली थी, तो वहीं 20,000 वोटों से चुनाव जीता था। तो भाजपा ने एक बार 55,000 तो एक बार 20,000 से भाजपा भी चुनाव जीत चुकी है। अभी चूंकि भारतीय जनता पार्टी की उत्तर प्रदेश में सिटिंग सरकार है तो लोग कहीं ना कहीं इस उसमें है कि हो सकता है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी की तरफ ही रुझान जो है वो जाए। क्योंकि हमने देखा
for giving us all those details. We'll of course keep going back to Vivek, who's reporting live from Lucknow to get us the latest sense of what is happening in terms of the bi-poll elections. But coming back to Sandeep, who's reporting live from Mumbai. Sandeep, talking to you about the fact of the separation of the Shiv Sena, if you talk about the Uddhav Thackeray and the Shinde faction, do you think that would have some sort of an impact on the bi-poll?
I was not able to get the question, please.
All right, Sandeep, talking to you about this particular bi-poll, in a sense, do you think the separation of the Shiv Sena faction, like in terms of course, the Shinde and the Uddhav Thackeray faction, do you think it will have an impact on the bi-poll?
See, as far as this constituency is concerned, as far as I have studied this constituency, I don't think that there would be any kind of impact of divide within Shiv Sena, because there were in fact demand from Eknath Shinde faction to make sure that no candidate is being fielded from this constituency, because Ramesh Latke was someone who was in fact very much connected with Shinde as well as Uddhav Thackeray faction. And Ramesh Latke, when he was alive, in fact, there was no divide within Shiv Sena. So definitely it is a kind of tribute that Eknath Shinde faction has in fact given, and in fact shown a big heart that they have not fielded a candidate. But something what more important out here is to see is that, remember, Murji Patel was one of the strong contender in this Andheri constituency seat. So definitely back-to-back update on the by-polls elections. Republic TV on the ground. Stay.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 10 years, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
सर लगातार पंजाब में पराली जलाई जा रही है, लगातार पंजाब में पराली जलाई जा रही है, दिल्ली में पोल्यूशन हो रहा है। सर आप जवाब तो दीजिए सर, आपकी सरकार ने कहा था कि आप काम करेंगे, इस तरह से कब तक होगा सर? क्या कहना चाहेंगे सर, जिस तरह से पराली को लेकर बात
आज पराली की आज देखो जे कितना बदल।
सर देखिए कितना बड़ा मुद्दा है जो दिल्ली तक गया है।
मेरी बात सुनो, जब मैं पराली पे पीसी करूंगा तो फिर आ जाऊंगा ना, नहीं जब मैं ना ऐसा नहीं, मैं
इतना बड़ा इशू
नहीं
2 मिनट तो दीजिए सर पराली का इतना बड़ा।
सर मैंने आपको बोल दिया मैं पीसी करूंगा, आपने आज खड़ा उधर।
Building portion collapse incident at the Chennai, 1 dead and 3 injured at the NSC Bose Road.
Killing of Sudhir Suri, there is anger among the Hindu organizations in Punjab. That is the reason they have given the call of Bandh today in Amritsar.
The AQI level over here in Delhi is around 431, which is at severe category. This is slightly better than what the situation was yesterday.
The train bogie had caught on fire at the Nashik Road railway station. Bogie of which had caught on fire was the Shalimar Mumbai LTT Express. Fire, in fact, that has broken out in a plastic slip.
Top headlines at 9:30. 7 seats across 6 states in the fray. The stakes are high as counting of votes gets underway. Will TRS retain its position over opposition, or will Congress make a move, or will BJP herald a south push? All eyes on Munugode by-poll results. The race for Gujarat intensifies. Prime Minister Modi to kickstart Gujarat campaign today. Anger over slain Hindu activists, murder in broad daylight. Sudhir Suri's last rites today. No end to stubble burning. National capital continues to choke. Witnesses 40 to 50% increase in patients.
States get 42% of the amount, now reduced by 141% because J&K is no longer a state. It will soon become, maybe sometime.
Finance Minister makes big statement on J&K, says centre mulling restoration of state status. Thanks for tuning in this Sunday morning. We are live and breaking. I'm Samiksha Srivastava. Straight up starting with a big focus this morning. The results of elections in 7 assembly seats across 6 states will be declared today. Now, it is a prestige battle that is being fought in Bihar and Telangana, and a family legacy is on the line in Haryana. We'll go across to our reporters as well who are reporting live from these states. Early trends indicate that Uddhav faction is leading in Andheri. So that's a big update coming in this hour on the Andheri by-polls. We are told that the Uddhav faction is leading in Andheri. Also talking about Telangana. Remember, it's a prestige battle of sorts for the TRS as it remains to be seen whether the TRS will be able to retain its seat. We'll go across to Sandeep, who's reporting on the Andheri by-polls. So the results that are all set to be declared today on the by-polls, 6 states and 7 seats are at stake. Talking about Bihar, where it is a litmus test after BJP-JDU split. In Maharashtra, it's the first polls post-Shinde-Uddhav split. It's the Andheri East by-polls for which the results are all set to be declared. And we have Sandeep reporting on the Andheri by-polls. Sandeep, good morning. If you could give us more details on the Andheri by-polls, what do the early trends indicate?
See, as far as early trends are concerned, big update out here at Republic TV. 4,277 votes being counted in favor of Rutuja Latke. So we are breaking it right now at Republic TV. Remember, Rutuja Latke is the only candidate being fielded by Uddhav faction. So definitely one side war for Uddhav faction. In fact, it seems that Rutuja Latke is coming to getting this seat in fact without any kind of opposition. Now Rutuja Latke's way is very much clear, and as far as early trends are concerned, yes, it is in the favor of Rutuja Latke.
Yes, Sandeep, stay with us. We have Andheri, beg your pardon, Andheri as well as Vivek reporting live on the UP by-polls. Going first across to Andheri. Andheri, it is definitely a prestige battle for the TRS. What do the early trends indicate when we talk about the Munugode by-polls?
Well, Samiksha, we have been seeing that 2 rounds of voting have been completed here at the counting center, where we see that the BJP is currently leading with near about 900 votes. As of now, 3rd round of voting counting is underway. There are a total of 15 rounds of votes counting which will be taking place here. And also at the same time, we have been seeing it's a prestige battle for the TRS and BJP, because it was the Congress MLA who had resigned from the seat and from the Congress party and from the MLA's post from the Congress party, and then he had joined into the BJP. That's Komat Reddy, Rajgopal Reddy. So now the fight between the TRS and the BJP continues. But whereas when we talk about the Congress party is currentently at the 3rd position, whereas we see that the BJP is right now leading with near about 900 votes after the 2nd round of counting. So now we will in some time from now we will be getting update in regard with the 3rd round, who is leading and what's going to be the further course of action, because definitely a prestige issue for the BJP and the TRS. Will they be able to manage and get back the seat or not? Will the BJP, will the Congress MLA who joined into the BJP, will he be able to get back the seat or not? Also remains to be seen.
Yes, Andheri, and just a slight correction there on my part, that the seat was earlier held by the Congress, and now it remains to be seen whether TRS will of course get that seat back, or whether it would be the BJP. We have Vivek also reporting live from UP. Vivek, if you could give us more details as to how important is this for the big parties who are set to get the result of the by-polls in UP.
देखिए बिल्कुल अपने आप में ये चुनाव काफ़ी ज़्यादा अहम है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी, चूंकि वहाँ पर भारतीय जनता पार्टी का इस बार सिटिंग विधायक थे वहाँ पर, जिनकी डेथ हुई अभी, और उसके बाद से ये सीट खाली हुई है, तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने कहीं ना कहीं अपने नाक का सबब बनाया हुआ है। हालांकि समाजवादी पार्टी भी इसको अपने नाक का सबब बनाने की कोशिश में है, क्योंकि 2012 में ये सीट सपा के पास थी, लेकिन 17 और 22 में भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पास थी। नेताजी के निधन के बाद सपा की कोशिश है कि ये सीट कहीं ना कहीं सिंपैथी वोटर के तौर पर सपा के पास आए। लेकिन अभी की अपडेट बताऊँ आपको, तो 6वें राउंड की जो काउंटिंग है वो चल रही है। 6वें राउंड की काउंटिंग में भारतीय जनता पार्टी के जो प्रत्याशी अमन गिरी, वो तकरीबन 7000 से अधिक वोटों से आगे चल रहे हैं। और शुरुआती हर एक राउंड दर राउंड लगातार जो भाजपा के जो कैंडिडेट का जो कहीं ना कहीं एक जो मार्जिन है वो लगातार इंक्रीज हो रहा है और 7100 वोटों के करीब से अमनगिरी फिलहाल आगे चल रहे हैं। तो आपको बताऊं कि कहीं ना कहीं शुरुआती तौर पर जो हमें मैप देखने को मिल रहा है वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की तरफ से ही वो लगातार जो है वो आगे हो रहा है। हालांकि समाजवादी पार्टी अभी भी उसको ये है क्योंकि 14 राउंड की तकरीबन 32 राउंड की कुल काउंटिंग है और समाजवादी पार्टी को ये उम्मीद है कि आने वाले समय में हो सकता है कि वो कहीं ना कहीं आगे निकले, लेकिन अब देखना होगा कि क्या चीज़ें निकल के सामने आती हैं। हालांकि जब चुनाव की बात की जाए तो चुनाव तैयारियों में भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने पूरी तरीके से कोशिश की थी, अपने तमाम जो बड़े नेता हैं उनको फील्ड पर उतारा था, चाहे सीएम हो चाहे दोनों डिप्टी सीएम हो या तमाम जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के जो नेता हैं वो वहाँ पर पहुँच करके अलग अलग लोगों के अलग अलग जगहों पर उन्होंने कैंपेन भी किया था। हालांकि एक चीज़ उसमें देखने को मिली थी, अजय मिश्रा चेट्टेनी जो कि केंद्रीय मंत्री हैं और लखीमपुर खीरी से ही आते हैं, उनको इस बार स्टार प्रचारकों की लिस्ट से बाहर रखा गया था और अजय मिश्रा टेनी ने इस बार प्रचार नहीं किया था। हालांकि जब हमने देखा था कि पिछली बार लखीमपुर की जो हिंसा थी जिसमें 8 लोगों की मौत हुई थी, उसके बाद लखीमपुर की जो सभी साथ की साथ सीटें थी वो सभी भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने जीती थी, लेकिन उसके बावजूद इस बार अजय मिश्रा टेनी को एक तरीके से स्टार कैंपेनर ना बनाना ये अपने आप में कई सवाल भी एक तरीके से रेज करता है। लेकिन उसके बावजूद जिस तरीके से जो पूरा कैंपेन रहा भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने जिस एनर्जी के साथ पूरे कैंपेन में वो लगी रही, जो तमाम बड़े लीडर्स हैं वो सभी वहां पर पहुंचे।
Yes, stay with us. We have more updates coming in. This one from Bihar, from the Mokama, where we understand that the RJD is leading in the third round of counting, which is taking place in Mokama. We'll go across to Prakash as well to get us more updates. But if I can first go across to Sandeep. Sandeep, talk to us about how these polls are really crucial for the Shinde faction, because given the fact that it is the first big election since Shinde took over the reins in the state of Maharashtra.
So indeed, it is very much important for Shinde faction as well. But remember, there was also talks, Samiksha, before Rutuja Latke had filed the nomination. It was there was talks that Shinde faction is trying to poach, in fact, Rutuja Latke. But as far as at that point of time, the current scenario was that if in case Rutuja Latke goes into Shinde faction, it will also impact on the image of Shinde faction here in Maharashtra. So at that point of time, they took a call to not to, in fact, take her in the party. But yes, there was also, a discussion over, talks over Rutuja Latke coming into Shinde faction. And hence, as several issues were, considered, and after which Shinde faction decided not to, in fact, poach Rutuja Latke, and Rutuja Latke, after all, contested this poll from Uddhav Thackeray faction. Now, it will be very much crucial that how will Shinde faction manage to go up in the BMC election, because remember, if Shinde faction or BJP would have fielded the candidate from here, or if that candidate would have lost before Rutuja Latke, as a sympathy wave is in the favor of Rutuja Latke, so there was a maximum possibility that the candidate fielded by Shinde or BJP would have lost. But yes, if that would have happened, then it would have also impacted on the upcoming BMC election. So basically, Shinde and BJP didn't wanted to take that risk to go up in the BMC election.
All right. Sandeep, yes. Thank you for the moment. And Andheri, beg your pardon, Andheri and Vivek, thank you for the moment. We'll keep coming back to you for more updates on that. But for now, a quick roundup of all that's making news from across the country. Prime Minister Modi campaigned in Himachal Pradesh ahead of the polls to be held in the state. The Prime Minister called the Congress a guarantee of corruption and nepotism and targeted the AAP as the most corrupt in the guise of being imandar as he campaigned for the BJP in Solan.
बार का हिमाचल चुनाव बहुत खास है, खास इसलिए क्योंकि इस बार 12 नवंबर को जो वोट पड़ेंगे वो वोट सिर्फ आने वाले 5 वर्ष के लिए नहीं है। इस बार 22 नवंबर को पड़ने वाला एक एक वोट हिमाचल के अगले 25 साल की विकास यात्रा तय करेगा।
Prime Minister Modi conducted roadshows as part of campaign for Himachal Pradesh Assembly elections in Solan and Sundarnagar in the state. The Prime Minister received a warm welcome from the local people of Solan and Sundarnagar. Prime Minister Modi has a visit scheduled to Gujarat ahead of polls in the state, wherein he would be attending a meet with a Karpara and a mass wedding ceremony in Bhavnagar. BJP National President JP Nadda is to continue the campaigns for the BJP in Himachal Pradesh with visits scheduled to Shimla and Solan. Home Minister Amit Shah would also be taking part in the campaign for Himachal Pradesh with Amit Shah's meet scheduled in Nagrota, Jaswan, Pragpur and Una. Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia said that the BJP was afraid of losing elections, which is why they raided his house, and that his personal assistant was raided as well, was raided and arrested after not finding anything at his residence.
Well, as it's a prestige battle between the TRS, BJP and the Congress, who will win the Munugudu by-elections remains to be seen. And after the second round of counting, we see that the BJP is currently leading with the with near about 900 votes, and also how the face-off between the TRS and the BJP, which has been going on since a long time, remains to be seen who wins the Munugudu by-elections. We'll be right back after a short break. Keep watching Republic TV.
The train bogie had caught on fire at the Nashik Road railway station. Bogie of which had caught on fire was the Shalimar Mumbai LTT Express. Fire, in fact, that has broken out in the plastic slippers and shoes manufacturing factory in the Narela industry area.
Crash between a truck and an auto near Cheetah Taluk. 7 people have been killed, and now the number of injuries has gone up to 11.
सर लगातार पंजाब में पराली जलाई जा रही है, लगातार पंजाब में पराली जलाई जा रही है, दिल्ली में पोल्यूशन हो रहा है। सर आप जवाब तो दीजिए सर, आपकी सरकार ने कहा था कि आप काम करेंगे, इस तरह से कब तक होगा सर?
क्या कहना चाहेंगे सर, जिस तरह से पराली को लेकर बात
आज पराली की आज देखो कितना बदल।
सर देखिए कितना बड़ा मुद्दा है जो दिल्ली तक गया है।
मेरी बात सुनो, जब मैं पराली पे पीसी करूंगा तो फिर आ जाऊंगा ना, छोड़ जब मैं ना ऐसा नहीं, मैं
इतना बड़ा इशू
नहीं
2 मिनट तो दीजिए सर पराली का इतना बड़ा इशू।
सर मैंने आपको बोल दिया मैं पीसी करूंगा, आपने आज खड़ा होता।
Building portion collapse incident at the Chennai, 1 dead and 3 injured at the
And news coming in from Philadelphia is what we're given to understand is that 12 people were shot at outside a bar in Philadelphia, and those are the visuals also coming in of mass shooting that has been reported in Philadelphia. It happened on Saturday night in the area of East Allegheny and Kensington Avenues in Philadelphia. In fact, sources now confirming that 12 people were shot at. There's no immediate word on the condition of these victims, and it is still unclear as to what really led to the shooting incident. More details on this are awaited, but we understand that 12 people were shot at outside a bar in Philadelphia, and there is nothing known so far as to what was really the reason for this shooting that happened. But the shooting that happened on Saturday night in Philadelphia. A quick roundup of all that's making news from across the globe. Thousands took part in Argentina's 31st Pride Parade in the capital city demanding more rights for the LGBTQ community. The main concern for parade was transgender awareness on rising hate crime and sexual harassment faced by the community. As the midterm Senate race heats up, US President Joe Biden campaigned along with Barack Obama for the Democratic Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman as he's set to contest against the Republican candidate. The governor's contest is crucial as it will determine direction of state policy and control of state's election infrastructure heading into the 2024 presidential contest. Ukraine state electricity operator announced blackouts in Kiev and 7 other regions of the country in the aftermath of Russia's devastating strikes on energy infrastructure. Spain's civil guard announced a record-breaking amount of marijuana that was seized as authorities notified it to be the largest ever of this type of drug, with 32 tons of marijuana buds found in different stages of processing before being sold in Spain, the Netherlands, Germany and Belgium. Tornadoes tore through parts of Texas and Oklahoma, killing at least one person, injuring dozens of others, and leaving dozens of homes and buildings in ruins. Authorities in the area said that at least 50 homes were damaged or destroyed, and 10 people were treated at a hospital, including 2 with critical injuries. Ukrainian President Zelensky has accused Iran of lying about the amount of explosive drones it has provided to Russia, as Iran's foreign minister had acknowledged for the first time that his country has supplied Moscow with the aerial weaponry that have been dive bombing Kiev. Slipping into a very short break. On the other side, we'll get you live coverage from the national capital as the air quality continues to deteriorate, witnesses 40 to 50% increase in patients. Meanwhile, Finance Minister makes big statement on J&K, says centre mulling restoration of state status.
Building portion collapse incident at the Chennai, 1 dead and 3 injured at the NSC Bose Road.
Killing of Sudhir Suri, there is anger among the Hindu organizations in Punjab. That is the reason they have given the call of Bandh today in Amritsar.
The AQI level over here in Delhi is around 431, which is at severe category. This is slightly better than what the situation was yesterday.
The train bogie had caught on fire at the Nashik Road railway station. Bogie of which had caught on fire was the Shalimar Mumbai LTT Express. Fire, in fact, that has broken out in a plastic slippers and shoes manufacturing factory in the Narela industry area.
Crash between a truck and an auto near Cheetah Taluk. 7 people have been killed, and now the number of injuries has gone up to 11.
सर लगातार पंजाब में पराली जलाई जा रही है, लगातार पंजाब में पराली जलाई जा रही है, दिल्ली में पोल्यूशन हो रहा है। सर आप जवाब तो दीजिए सर, आपकी सरकार ने कहा था कि आप काम करेंगे, इस तरह से कब तक होगा सर?
क्या कहना चाहेंगे सर, जिस तरह से पराली को लेकर बात
आज पराली की आज देखो कितना बदल।
सर देखिए कितना बड़ा मुद्दा है जो दिल्ली तक गया है।
मेरी बात सुनो, जब मैं पराली पे
Now on to more news break coming in. This one in relation to centre mulling restoration of state status to J&K. In fact, the statement that was made by Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman while she was speaking at an event where she hinted at the possibility of the centre considering restoring the state status to Jammu and Kashmir. The Finance Minister dropped the hint while talking about the distribution of funds to the states by the centre as per the recommendation of the 14th Finance Commission. In fact, we have a reaction as well coming in from BJP's Kavinder Gupta. But before we play out that reaction, let's once again listen into what Finance Minister had to say about restoration of the state status to J&K.
The 14th Finance Commission submitted a report in 2015 and said what was till then being given, which is 32% of all tax collected should be given to the states, was changed to 42% all at one go. Meaning, till then, if out of every 100 rupees that was collected from tax, 32 rupees had to go to the states. That Finance Commission said, now you raise it to 42%, which means the centre will have lesser amount in its hand. Prime Minister Modi, without a second thought about it, fully accepted that Finance Commission, and that is why today states get 42% of the amount, now reduced by 141% because J&K is no longer a state. It will soon become maybe sometime.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के चाहे हमारे नेता जो भी है, प्रधानमंत्री जी हैं, चाहे गृह मंत्री जी ने हैं, उन्होंने पहले ही कहा है कि सही हालात होने पर स्टेटहुड वापस दी जाएगी, कोई नई बात नहीं है। तो लेकिन लॉ एंड ऑर्डर का जिस प्रकार से मसला है, जिस प्रकार से वहाँ स्थिति बिगड़ी हुई थी, उसको भी सुधारना जरूरी है और ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी का वादा है। जिस प्रकार से निर्मला सीतारमण ने कहा उसमें कुछ गलत नहीं है, वो एक जिम्मेवार नेता हैं। तो जम्मू कश्मीर को स्टेटहुड वापस मिलेगी, ये तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी पहले से कह चुकी है।
All right, BJP's Kavinder Gupta hailing the remarks that were made by the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Gursimran also joining us live. Gursimran, what are you picking up from across the party lines? What are the reactions coming in on the remarks that were made by Finance Minister on the centre, in all probability, mulling the restoration of status to J&K?
See, Samiksha, this has been a long pending demand since application of Article 370 and 35 alpha by the J&K-based political parties. Some are relying totally on the restoration of 370, while the new parties that have emerged, be it the party of Ghulam Nabi Azad or the party of Altaf Bukhari, their demand remains that first the statehood be restored and then the assembly elections be held in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. And this statement of Nirmala Sitharaman is seen significant because it has come at a time when Jammu and Kashmir is heading towards the possible assembly elections. See, the Delimitation Commission has already submitted its report, the summary revision exercise, which was a mega exercise in the month of November itself. We are 19 days to the final report of the summary revision. On 25th of November, the summary revision report will be public, draft will be made public, and after that, the next step is the possible assembly elections in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. And at this time, the statement by the Finance Minister is clearly hinting that the Union government willing to restore the statehood because there are many parameters to it. Union Home Minister time and again said that as and when the situation improves in the J&K, they will be restoring the statehood. And it has improved to a larger extent because data speaks itself. The incident of the terror activities, they have come down. The number of stone pelting incidents have come down to almost zero. So the parameters that we are seeing by the numbers, they have come down linked to the terror activities. So the normalcy is prevailing in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. And going by this, Jammu and Kashmir, as per the Finance Minister, will soon have its state status back.
Gursimran, just a follow-up question very briefly, if you can help us understand this better as to what are the opposition leaders really saying when we talk about this demand to restore the state status in J&K?
See, all the opposition leaders are welcoming the move of the restoration of statehood. There is no doubt to it. Though some are going to the next extent to play their politics. They are saying that 370 and 35 alpha be back. But the new politicians that have emerged, especially post-application of Article 370 and 35 alpha, be it Ghulam Nabi Azad's own party or the Altaf Bukhari, what they are saying is that the statehood is their priority and they will get it before the assembly election. So the outmost priority remains the statehood because in the heart of hearts, many of the politicians know that the future of Jammu and Kashmir is the statehood, not the restoration of Article 370 and 35 alpha, because it is done and dusted and there is no scope of bringing it back at any cost.
All right, Gursimran, thank you for those details. So it remains to be seen when we get that official announcement, but yes, that remark that was made by Finance Minister while she was speaking at an event. For now, moving on, a quick roundup of all that's making news from across the country. The National Investigation Agency has filed a charge sheet against Daud Ibrahim aide Chota Shakil and 3 other aides in connection with a terror network and an organized criminal syndicate named the Daud Company, accused of several terror activities in the country. A terrorist linked to the LET was apprehended near Bandipora in JNK. The terrorist was apprehended following a vehicle check near Chandergarh with weapons and ammunition found. Upon being caught, the terrorist further confessed to being working on the directions of a handler from Pakistan. An air show by Surya Kiran aerobatic team of the Indian Air Force was organized as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav at the Air Force Station at Dajipura in Gujarat. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman hinted at the possibility of centre considering restoring statehood in JNK. Indian boxers Meenakshi and Preeti have assured medals for themselves for their maiden appearance at the Asian Boxing Championship at Amman in Jordan. Prime Minister Modi sounded poll bugle in Himachal Pradesh. The Prime Minister called the Congress a guarantee of corruption and nepotism and even targeted the AAP as the most corrupt in guise of being Imandar as he campaigned for the BJP in Himachal Solar. Slipping into a very short break, but lots coming up on the other side. We'll get you latest on the by-poll results that are all set to be announced today. And question remains, is BJP herald a southern push? All eyes on the Munugode by-poll results. The race for Gujarat intensifies. Prime Minister Modi to kickstart Gujarat campaign today.
क्या कहना चाहेंगे सर, जिस तरह से पराली को लेकर बात
आज पराली की आज देखो जे कितना बदल
सर, देखिए कितना बड़ा मुद्दा है जो दिल्ली तक गया है।
मेरी बात सुनो, जब मैं पराली पे पीसी करूंगा तो फिर आ जाऊंगा ना छोटा नहीं जब मैं ना ऐसा नहीं मैं नहीं
इतना बड़ा इशू
नहीं
2 मिनट तो दीजिए सर, पराली का इतना बड़ा इशू।
सर मैंने आपको बोल दिया मैं पीसी करूंगा, आपने आज खड़ा उधर।
Building portion collapse incident at the Chennai, 1 dead and 3 injured at the NSC Bose Road.
Killing of Sudhir Suri, there is anger among the Hindu organizations in Punjab. That is the reason they have given the call of Bandh today in Amritsar.
The AQI level over here in Delhi is around 431, which is at severe category. This is slightly better than what the situation was yesterday.
The train bogie had caught on fire at the Nashik Road railway station. Bogie of which had caught on fire was the Shalimar Mumbai LTT Express. Fire, in fact, that has broken out in the plastic slippers and shoes manufacturing factory in the Narela industry area.
Crash between a truck and an auto near Cheetah Taluk. 7 people have been killed and now the number of injuries has gone up to 11.
सर लगातार पंजाब में पराली जलाई जा रही है, लगातार पंजाब में पराली जलाई जा रही है, दिल्ली में पोल्यूशन हो रहा है। सर आप जवाब तो दीजिए सर, आपकी सरकार ने कहा था कि आप काम करेंगे, इस तरह से कब तक होगा सर?
क्या कहना चाहेंगे सर, जिस तरह से पराली को लेकर बात
आज पराली की आज
Top headlines this Sunday morning. 7 seats across 6 states in the fray. The stakes are high as counting of votes get underway. Will TRS retain its position over opposition, or will Congress make a move, or will BJP herald a southern push? All eyes on Munugode by-poll results. Race for Gujarat intensifies. Prime Minister Modi to kickstart Gujarat campaign today. Anger over slain Hindu activists murdered in broad daylight. Sudhir Suri's last rites today. No end to stubble burning. National capital continues to choke. Witnesses 40 to 50% rise in patients.
Today, states get 42% of the amount, now reduced by 141% because J&K is no longer a state. It will soon become maybe sometime.
Finance Minister makes big statement on Jammu and Kashmir, says centre mulling restoration of state status. Thanks for tuning in this Sunday morning. We're live and breaking. I'm Samiksha Srivastava. Our top focus remains the by-poll results that are all set to be announced today across 6 states that will be declared today. Now remember, it is a prestige battle that is being fought in Bihar and Telangana, and a family legacy is on the line in Haryana. In fact, talking more about the Telangana by-polls as to why the Munugode by-polls are important. It was necessitated after sitting Congress MLA resigned. Sitting Congress MLA resigned after joining the BJP in August. Remember, Reddy is now contesting Munugode by-polls on BJP ticket. But first, before I go across to Andheri, we have Sandeep reporting on the Andheri by-polls. Sandeep, help us read into this. How crucial is this by-poll result, given the fact it is the first big election after Shinde took over the reins in Maharashtra?
See, this constituency is very important for all of them, be it Eknath Shinde, be it Uddhav Thackeray, or be it BJP. But yes, as Ramesh Latke has in fact is no more, and they have in fact not fielded any candidate. BJP and Shinde has not fielded any candidate from Andheri East constituency in support of in fact in Rutuja Latke, as there were demands from MNS chief Raj Thackeray as well as with within Eknath Shinde faction. And remember why it is important for Shinde and BJP to this is being said a strategic move by BJP and Shinde, because if in case if any kind of ups and downs would have happened in this constituency, it would have had an impact on BMC elections as well. So basically, there are several factors for which BJP and Shinde has not fielded a candidate out here. But yes, it is an important constituency.
Yes. Sandeep, if you could take us through the latest initial trends that are just coming in. We understand that a total of more than 10,400 votes have been counted, and Rutuja Latke there having secured over 7,800 votes so far.
More than 10,000 vote. Actually, the total number of vote is 10,437 that has been counted, in which Rutuja Latke has got 7,817 votes in all. But what is the biggest update out here is that after Rutuja Latke, 1,470 votes are on Nota. So you can see that even the people out here are very much upset with the fact that they had no options. They had no options apart from Rutuja Latke, and hence they have voted for Nota as well. So the maximum number after Rutuja Latke is 1,470. So you can understand how optionless the people of Andheri East constituency were.
All right, Sandeep, we'll go across. Thank you for the moment. We'll go across to Andheri as well to get the latest on the Munugode by-polls. Talking a little more about Munugode by-polls, which have been necessitated after sitting Congress MLA resigned. The sitting Congress MLA Reddy has now joined the BJP and is contesting on the BJP ticket. So 44 candidates who are in the fray for the Munugode by-polls. It is in fact a high-stake by-poll, which is the result for which will be announced today. And the big faces, of course, in Munugode are Komati Reddy, Raja Gopal Reddy, who is a BJP leader, earlier a Congress neta. In fact, Kusukantla Prabhakar Reddy, he is a TRS MLA, and the Congress leader Palvai Savanthi Reddy, whose fates hang in balance as the results are all set to be announced. Now, talking a little more as to why is it a high-stake battle in the state of Telangana for the Munugode, talking about the Munugode by-polls, as a Congress win could stop defections and consolidate Congress position. The defeat could close the lid on its future in Telangana. So one, the win could stop defections in the Congress party, and if it is not able to retain its seat, it could close the lid on its future in the state of Telangana. Talking about the BJP, the win could herald a further southern push for the BJP. However, if BJP faces a defeat in the Munugoda by-polls, it could deter expansionary plans of the BJP. Now remember, for TRS, the win could help retain position over the opposition, and however, if it fails to get that seat in Munugode, the defeat could come as a strong blow for the KCR regime. Of course, the visuals on your screens are from the Munugode by-poll site where the counting of votes is underway, and the big faces there on your screens, the BJP, the TRS and the Congress, prestige battle of sorts for the three parties. We'll go across to Andheri as well to get the latest on what she's picking up as far as the counting is concerned. But voting is counting, beg your pardon, is underway for the 6 states, which includes Bihar, Telangana, Haryana and Maharashtra. And we'll go across to Andheri as well for the latest on that. But as we were telling you earlier about why the by-polls in Munugode are very crucial, that is primarily because the by-polls have been necessitated after sitting Congress MLA resigned. The Congress MLA who resigned after joining the BJP in August, and a prestige battle for the Congress, given the fact that the win could stop defections and consolidate the grand old party's position in the state of Telangana. However, if it faces a defeat in the state of Telangana, it could close the lid on its future in Telangana. Andheri is joining us live. Andheri, we were talking about how it is a high-stake battle for for all the three parties. Talk to us in detail about how important is it for the TRS and the BJP.
Well, Samiksha, we have been seeing how the Munugodu by-elections have been a prestige issue for the TRS, BJP and the Congress. The Munugodu by-elections comes at the time when the Congress sitting MLA who resigned from the seat and also resigned from the Congress party had joined in BJP in presence of Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who was here. He also had addressed a public meeting, and then we saw high-stake campaigning which was being taken up between the TRS and the BJP. We also saw the poaching controversy which had broken out in the state of Telangana between the TRS and the BJP. Allegations, counter allegations were being levelled by the TRS and the BJP at each other. But now when we talk about the Munugodu by-polls, which were the voting which was taken place on the 3rd of November, highest voting percentage, 93% of voting was done at the Munugodu by-elections. But now when we talk about the latest update from the counting centre, as we continue to report from Nalgonda here at the counting centre, what we are learning is that after the 4th round of counting, we see that the BJP is currently at the lead with near about 1,100 votes. So all eyes on that, because total 15 rounds of counting will be taken up here in the Nalgonda counting centre. So all eyes on that. Will it be TRS, will it be BJP or the Congress?
Yes. Andheri, stay with us. If we talk a little more about the TRS, on one hand we have the TRS trying to make a mark when we talk about the national politics. If the TRS fails to get that seat in Munugode by-polls, how much of that blow is it going to be for the TRS, given the expansionary plans that TRS has on the national front?
That's right. This Munugodu by-elections comes just after the Telangana Chief Minister and the TRS Working President had decided that they would be going national. They renamed the TRS party name to Bharat Rashtra Samiti. Well, that is yet to be officially announced by the Election Commission of India. But they say that soon after the official announcement coming in and after all the process which is being done by the Election Commission of India, they will be going national. But when we talk about this Munugodu by-elections, we see that this is being said to be a semi-final, because Telangana state will be seeing the state assembly elections next year in 2023. So definitely this is being said to be the semi-final. So who wins this also depends on the next state assembly elections which will be coming in next year. So 1 year from now we will be seeing Telangana state will also be seeing the state assembly elections. So that is the reason also why we see that Munugodu by-elections have been very important. Telangana Chief Minister and the party chief K. Chandrasekhar Rao had also held a massive public meeting here. We had seen that Komatreddy Rajgopal Reddy had joined into the BJP in presence of the Union Home Minister Amit Shah here in Munugudu. So definitely all eyes on this, because it is very important for the TRS and the BJP, because this comes just ahead of the state assembly elections, and so these Munugudu by-polls are said to be the pre-finals before the state assembly elections.
Yes, Andheri, stay with us, and just to tell our viewers about more about these by-polls, how it is very crucial. When we talk about the Andheri by-polls, it's the first election since Shinde took over the reins in the state of Maharashtra, talking about the Mokama and the Gopalganj by-polls in Bihar, where it is the first litmus test after the BJP-JDU split. Well, more updates that are just coming in, the early trends coming in on the Andheri by-polls. Rutuja Latke having secured 11,300 votes. So Rutuja Latke, who is leading with 11,300 votes. Sandeep continues to be with us, reporting live from Mumbai. Sandeep, take us through the latest leads that you're picking up. Trends indicate that Rutuja Latke is way ahead.
So yes, Rutuja Latke, the lone candidate from Andheri East constituency, have managed to get 11,300 votes from after the third round. And in fact, when we talk about Nota stands at 2,937. And in fact, the celebration has started. Celebration has started out here at Andheri East constituency. We'll try to speak to the people. Rutuja Latke जो हैं वो आगे चल रही हैं, क्या कुछ कहेंगे उसको लेकर के?
वो तो हमारे कैंडिडेट हैं और भारी बहुमत से जीतेंगे, उनको कोई हराने वाला नहीं है और हमारी जीत पक्की है और हम लोग बंपर बहुमत से जीतेंगे.
आप बताइए, रुतुजा लटके जी.
रुतुजा लटके ह्या जिंकणारच होत्या, कारण हा अंधेरी विधानसभा हा शिवसेनेचा बालेकिल्ला आहे. रमेश लटकेने जे काम केलं आहे त्याचा हा विजय आहे. महायुती
रमेश लटके के कारण जो है वो मत उनको मिल रहे हैं.
हो, यास महायुतीचे पण मत आहेत आणि रमेश लटकेने जनतेशी संवाद के काम केलेले आहे, संवाद साधलेला आहे.
आप बताएं 11,000 से ज्यादा मत जो है रुतुजा लटके को मिल गए, क्या कहेंगे?
मेरे अंदाज से जो महाआघाड़ी सरकार ने जो काम करी, जो ताकत दिखाई, इससे बीजेपी भौखला गई. बीजेपी ने हराने के लिए बाकायदा पैसा बांटे और ये लोटा जो हो रहा है ये पैसे की बुनियाद पे
नोटा उसके वजह वही कारण है. So basically yes, people are making allegations out here. The supporters of the faction are making allegations of BJP that it is being they have sponsored Nota in fact, but the case is different. 11,300 vote is in the favor of Rutuja Latke and 2,937 votes in the favor of Nota. Remember, Samiksha, there's no options apart from Rutuja Latke, and hence we see maximum numbers turning out in Nota as well. So definitely no options at Andheri constituency, but yes, Rutuja Latke one side winning seat out here for Uddhav Thackeray faction, as Rutuja Latke gets 11,300 votes.
Yes. Sandeep, stay with us. Andheri continues to be with us, getting us all those updates by the minute on the Munugode by-polls. Andheri, if you could talk to us more about Komatreddy Rajagopal, who has, of course, switched over from the Congress party. How important are these by-polls, and what do the early trends indicate?
Well, Samiksha, as I have been pointing out, these by-polls are very important for the TRS and the BJP, well, also for the Congress party. But right now, as we see, the counting is underway. Congress party stands at number 3 position, whereas there's a tough fight which has been going on between the BJP and the TRS as the counting of votes is underway. We also see that there is a tough fight which has been going on between both the parties. But when we talk about the Komatreddy Rajgopal Reddy, who had resigned from the Congress party from the MLA's post and then joined into the BJP, since that day we have been seeing he has been working, he has been campaigning, and also just one day before the polling we had seen that the BJP candidate Komatreddy Rajgopal Reddy had also staged a protest outside the RO office, stating that that there are TRS leaders who were local TRS leaders who were roaming around in the Munugudu constituency, assembly constituency, and so we had also seen that BJP State President Bandi Sanjay, who was coming out in support, was also being detained by the police officials. So that night also was a massive face-off between the TRS and the BJP. Well, there were allegations of poaching the TRS MLAs which were being raised by the TRS party. The other day also we had seen Telangana Chief Minister raising this issue. He had hit it out at the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, at Amit Shah, in regard with poaching the TRS MLAs and also toppling the governments in various states. But now when we talk about the Munugudu by-elections, definitely this is very important for the TRS and BJP because the face-off has been escalating, and at this juncture when we talk about the TRS, they have been planning to go national. Well, once the Election Commission of India announces it officially, then the party name will be changed to BRS.
All right, Andheri, thank you for the moment, and Sandeep as well. We'll keep coming back to you both for more on that, but that's update coming in. Rutuja leading, of course, but a quick roundup of all that's making news on the election front. Initial trends suggest that RJD's Neelam Devi is in the lead in the Mokama Assembly seat in Bihar. Initial trends suggest that the Gorakhnath constituency hinted at BJP's Aman Giri being in the lead by at least 3,800 votes. The RJD's Mohan Prasad Gupta was reported to be in the lead in Gopalganj with at least 2,700 votes. 3-layer security has been deployed as EVMs reach the designated site of counting for Adampur in Haryana. Security forces have also been deployed in the constituency along with anti-riot equipment present in anticipation of any escalations. AIMIM Chief Owaisi is scheduled to visit Gujarat, where he would hold public meets in Mewazpur and Surat as part of campaigning in Gujarat. Shiv Sena's Bala Sahib Thackeray Chief Uddhav Thackeray has asked party workers to be prepared for mid-term elections, with the Shiv Sena chief mentioning that as the Prime Minister has already promised 2 lakh crore rupees to be given in Maharashtra, it was clear that the BJP is planning for mid-term elections in the state following the Gujarat polls.
Well, as we have been seeing massive campaigning and the face-off between the TRS and the BJP, which has been going on for the Munugudu by-elections, we see that now the BJP is in lead with near about 1,100 votes after the 4th round of counting, and we will be seeing how the face-off continues, and there are near about total 15 rounds of counting. Who wins Munugudu by-elections remains to be seen. We'll be right back after a short break. Keep watching Republic TV.
सर लगातार पंजाब में पराली जलाई जा रही है, लगातार पंजाब में पराली जलाई जा रही है, दिल्ली में पोल्यूशन हो रहा है। सर आप जवाब तो दीजिए सर, आपकी सरकार ने कहा था कि आप काम करेंगे, इस तरह से कब तक होगा सर?
क्या कहना चाहेंगे सर, जिस तरह से पराली को लेकर बात
आज पराली की आज देखो कितना बदल।
सर देखिए कितना बड़ा मुद्दा है जो दिल्ली तक गया है।
मेरी बात सुनो, जब मैं पराली पे पीसी करूंगा तो फिर आ जाऊंगा ना, छोड़ नहीं जब मैं ऐसा नहीं, मैं नहीं
इतना बड़ा इशू
नहीं
2 मिनट तो दीजिए सर पराली का इतना बड़ा इशू।
सर मैंने आपको बोल दिया मैं पीसी करूंगा, आपने आज खड़ा होता।
Building portion collapse incident at the Chennai, 1 dead and 3 injured at the NSC Bose Road.
Killing of Sudhir Suri, there is anger among the Hindu organizations in Punjab. That is the reason they have given the call of Bandh today in Amritsar.
The AQI level over here in Delhi is around 431, which is at severe category. This is slightly better than what the situation was yesterday.
The train bogie had caught on fire at the Nashik Road railway station. Bogie of which had caught on fire was
Now, tracking the big story this hour of the last rites of Sudhir Suri that are all set to be conducted shortly. Amandeep, of course, reporting live from outside his residence. Amandeep, talk to us more about the situation as we speak. Let's not forget those horrific scenes that also came to light on Saturday when Sudhir Suri was shot dead in Amritsar.
The point is that now the last journey is all set to start from the residence of Sudhir Suri, and I can show you the van that was prepared for the last journey of Sudhir Suri with photograph, and it has been completely decorated with flowers, and even the family is in a deep shock. But yes, they have decided that this last journey will be from the middle of the city to reach to Durgyana temple, where is the cremation ground, and you can see the visuals as well, and people have started coming in to pay the last respect to Sudhir Suri as well, just because the mortal remains is still at his residence. And even you can see the visuals that people have started coming and consoling the family, and on the other side there is certain kind of anger among the people of the Hindu organizations that regarding the release of Amritpal Singh last night, and even certainly raising the questions on Aam Aadmi Party government as well as the Punjab police. And if I can show you the visuals, the inside visuals of the residence where the mortal remains has been placed inside the residence, and even the family members, you can see, all are in deep shock, and even there is a certain kind of anger in the back of their minds that police and even the government has failed to protect Sudhir Suri despite giving certain kind of security as well, and despite knowing that he is receiving the death threats continuously from the pro-Khalistani elements and the ISI backed people. Now the family is all set to start the last journey. Son, Sudhir Suri's wife, both the sons and other relatives are here. They have gathered at the residence of Sudhir Suri. You can see the visuals, and meanwhile I wanted to show you the visuals outside from his residence. A heavy deployment security, and Samiksha, the route has been sanitized by the police as well for the last journey, just because it would be from the middle of the city and even to reaching towards the Durgyana temple. And even the people here are in still anger against the Aam Aadmi Party as well as against the police, and even they are also questioning the release of Amritpal Singh last night when he was put under the house arrest. I can show you the visuals. A heavy deployment of the security is also very much visible on the ground, and this security is being deployed at the entire route, and even senior officers has also been on the ground to monitor the situation, what all is happening. And we will try to talk to the DCP of Amritsar, Parminder Singh Bhandal. We will try to talk to them also, just because continuously they are discussing the route and the last journey, just because this is a very big concern for this, as the purpose of the security, that this last journey will be conducted from the middle of the city towards the Durgyana temple, where the cremation ground is and where the cremation will take place. And in fact, I can show you the visuals outside the residence of Sudhir Suri. Samiksha, certain kind of anger still exists among the people. Some of the people are still questioning outside the residence that the action of the police as well as the government is very much questionable, as they have released Amritpal Singh after the house arrest. And even they are also blaming the Chief Minister that he is conducting the road shows in Gujarat but having no concern what all is happening in Punjab ground. And even when the Punjab is burning and Hindus are feeling insecure, Chief Minister is not paying a single heed to that, and that is the reason. This is the point of the anger. But now when the last journey is all set to prepare, everybody was trying to console the family, and even the family is in deep shock. And certain Hindu organizations have started gathering here. They are paying the last respect. Van is all prepared and decorated for the last journey with the photograph of Sudhir Suri, and this last journey will be conducted from the middle of the city with the heavy deployment of the security, and the route has been completely sanitized by the Punjab police as well. And multiple police from the different districts has also been called in for the additional security, just because the sensitiveness of the situation is still prevailing. And even that is the reason they have changed the timing of the cremation as well. Yesterday it was announced that last journey will start at 12 noon, but today they have decided that 10 a.m. onwards, the last journey will begin from the residence of Sudhir Suri to the cremation ground. This is how the changes are taking place as per the security concerns. But yes, Samiksha, certain questions are still arising that who all are behind the killing of Sudhir Suri.
Yes.
ISI-backed pro-Khalistani groups and organizations have taken the responsibility. So far, no conspiracy has been exposed by the Punjab police during the course of investigation. The one single accused, Sandeep Singh, is still in the custody of the police, and even Sikh for Justice, a pro-Khalistani organization, has also claimed that they will provide the legal assistance and financial assistance to the accused, and that is the reason the situation is again turning tense here in Punjab. Yes, Samiksha.
Deep, stay with us. If you can talk to us more about this Khalistan angle that is being probed, because earlier in the day we also broke how the Khalistan group has extended an open support to accused in the case.
Well, absolutely. Gurpatwant Singh Pannu, General Council of Sikh for Justice and a banned organization in Punjab and completely pro-Khalistani organization. He has released a video saying that he will provide rupees 10 lakh financial assistance to the accused person Sandeep Singh, as well as the legal aid also. Somewhere down the line, this indicates that how Khalistani are still backing the accused. Earlier, we have reported that Landa group, Lakhbir Singh Landa, has taken the responsibility of the killing of Sudhir Suri. Later on, Gopal Chawla has released a video celebrating the killing of Sudhir Suri and also mentioning that one down and many more to come in the list. And even now, this Gurpatwant Singh Pannu providing the financial and legal assistance to the accused. What all are the indications? And even the investigation is still with a restricted area that is to the accused only. They are not able to probe the angle and the nexus of these pro-Khalistani elements backed by the ISI, and even who all are their networks here in Punjab working actively against the Hindu organizations.
All right, Amandeep, thank you for the moment. We'll keep coming back to you. So the last rites of Sudhir Suri that are all set to be performed in just a short while from now. Meanwhile, banned SFJ that has extended legal aid to the accused. We'll slip into a very short break, but on the other side, we'll continue with more news breaks and all that's making news from across the country.
The train bogie had caught on fire at the Nashik Road railway station. Bogie of which had caught on fire was the Shalimar Mumbai LTT Express. Fire, in fact, that has broken out in a plastic slippers and shoes manufacturing factory in the Narela industry area.
Crash between a truck and an auto near Cheetah Taluk. 7 people have been killed, and now the number of injuries has gone up to 11.
सर लगातार पंजाब में पराली जलाई जा रही है, लगातार पंजाब में पराली जलाई जा रही है, दिल्ली में पोल्यूशन हो रहा है। सर आप जवाब तो दीजिए सर, आपकी सरकार ने कहा था कि आप काम करेंगे, इस तरह से कब तक होगा सर?
क्या कहना चाहेंगे सर, जिस तरह से पराली को लेकर बात
आज पराली के आज देखो कितना बदल।
सर देखिए कितना बड़ा मुद्दा है जो दिल्ली तक गया है।
मेरी बात सुनो, जब मैं पराली पे पीसी करूंगा तो फिर आ जाऊंगा नहीं, जब मैं ना ऐसा नहीं, मैं
इतना बड़ा इशू
नहीं
2 मिनट तो दीजिए सर पराली का इतना बड़ा इशू।
सर मैंने आपको बोल दिया मैं पीसी करूंगा, आपने आज खड़ो दो।
Building portion collapse incident at the Chennai, 1 dead and 3 injured at the NSC Bose Road.
Killing of Sudhir Suri, there is anger.
Permacrisis. Permacrisis is the word of the year 2022 according to the Collins Dictionary. And the word permacrisis defines a group of individuals, a company, or a country that is in a state of permanent crisis. This word came into use after COVID. Europe got a badgering of a lifetime for a year. But that's just 1 year. If you were to ask me to give a definition of permacrisis and perhaps give an example, I would say a far better example than Europe would be Pakistan. What Europe saw was 1 year. What Pakistan sees is 75 years. Hi, I'm Major Gauravari and you're watching Checkmate. My friends, very recently I tweeted and made a video saying that Indians must donate generously to Imran Khan Niazi. Indians must donate to his party, the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. And the Pakistanis did not like it one bit. Pakistani media has been discussing this tweet, has been discussing my video statement for at least the past 3 days now. And they say that this is an Indian conspiracy to weaken Pakistan. Pakistan does not require any conspiracy from India or from Israel or from the West to weaken it. Pakistanis are more than enough to weaken Pakistan. But why did I ask Indians across the world to donate to Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf? Herein, ladies and gentlemen, lies a very interesting story. I tried to donate from India at a website called namanzoor.com. But that website does not open in India. It was showing an error. So I asked my friends across the world to donate according to whatever they could. I started getting feedback, including screenshots saying that people had actually started to donate to Imran Khan Niazi. This is something that the PTI did not like. The Pakistani media, as I told you before, started playing this on loop again and again. And for the past 3 days, that's all that they've been doing. Now, why did I do this? It's very simple. The kind of damage that Imran Khan has been able to cause Pakistan, none of us will ever be able to do. This man, as I've discussed before in Checkmate, this man has driven a wedge inside the Pakistani army. This man, Imran Khan, for the first time in Pakistan's history, got DGISI, eyes swollen, eyes full of tears, a choking voice, to come and express helplessness in front of the entire world. The DGISI, that mythical so-called fearsome figure associated with terrorism, associated with covert action, and associated, especially in Pakistan, with regime change. This is what Imran Khan's power is in Pakistan. This is what Imran Khan is able to do. Imran Khan has shaken up the judiciary. Nobody is willing to give a judgment against Imran Khan. Many his sins, do mein devi. The Election Commission of Pakistan comes in for regular abuse as Khan climbs on his container and makes sure that the entire Pakistani public and Pakistanis overseas target the Election Commission of Pakistan. Imran Khan single-handedly caused the Pakistani stock exchange to drop by more than 650 points. It is Imran Khan who's causing political uncertainty in Pakistan. It is Imran Khan who's causing Pakistan to implode. This recent march, this recent long march that Imran Khan calls it, is going to enter Islamabad in the next 1 week. And when it does, it will cause chaos. This is exactly what Imran Khan wants. And there are two reasons for it. Number one, for the government to fall, so obviously he becomes the Prime Minister of Pakistan. That is the only thing. Imran Khan does not have a plan for Pakistan's diplomacy. Imran Khan does not have a plan for Pakistan's economic revival. He does not have a plan on how to increase the tax base. He has no plan for anything. All he wants is power. And Imran Khan is willing to let the Pakistani people pay any price for that power, that seat of the Prime Minister of Pakistan. And the second thing is, by the end of this month, November, Qamar Javed Bajwa, Army Chief of Pakistan, goes home. Many people asked him, do you want an extension? Would you be continuing? He categorically said no, and so did the DGISPR. They said that General Qamar Javed Bajwa wants to go home peacefully by the end of November. This long march started off, the trigger was the killing of Arshad Sharif in Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, while that was the trigger, the real intent was to cause pressure, and is currently to cause pressure on the government of Pakistan so that Imran Khan is able to have a say on who the army chief will be. In fact, Pakistani media was discussing very recently that Imran Khan actually reached out to Shehbaz Sharif and said that you give 3 names and I'll give 3 names and then we'll figure out who the army chief should be. And Pakistan calls itself a democracy. The incumbent Prime Minister and a former Prime Minister are fighting who the army chief should be. In any democracy, this is not even a debate. It's just a small news item somewhere in some newspaper. The General so-and-so has been appointed as Chief of Army Staff. On most television channels, it's breaking news for 2 minutes. But in Pakistan, it is a cause of political upheaval. Who will appoint the army chief? Who will be the next army chief? Is it going to be Imran Khan's favorite? Or is it going to be somebody who's against Imran Khan and therefore pro Shehbaz Sharif and Nawaz Sharif? Who's it going to be? And I can tell you this beforehand. If the army chief is someone that Imran Khan does not like or is not pro Imran Khan will make sure that his cyber army turns the next army chief's name into mud. This is exactly what Imran Khan did with General Bajwa. You know, Imran Khan's, he's got thousands of these people, he's got a cyber army, and all they do is turn reputations into mud of various people. They'll just keep on repeating the same thing again and again. There'll be hashtags, there'll be trends, there'll be deepfake videos, and this is what Imran Khan does very well. Imran Khan has also been turning this cyber support into ground support. He started winning elections. It's like a landslide victory for Imran Khan. And Imran Khan is India's best bet. Imran Khan does not want peace with India, and that is absolutely fine with India. Imran Khan does not want normal relations with India because the conditions that Imran Khan has put, there can be no normal relations with India or between India and Pakistan. Imran Khan says no talks with India until Article 370 and 35A are reinstated or withdrawn. And that isn't possible at all. The Indian Parliament, our viewers will know, is very
हमारे फार्मर्स को एम्पावर करेगी। ये कमिटमेंट्स हमारे हॉर्टिकल्चर को मजबूती प्रदान करेगी। ये हमारे कमिटमेंट्स हमारे गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉयज़ को एक तरीके से न्याय दिलाएगी और ये हमारे कमिटमेंट्स कुल मिलाकर के एक रिलीजियस टूरिज्म को भी आगे बढ़ाएगी। और इसलिए मैं आपके सामने सबसे पहले जो संकल्प पत्र के 11 संकल्प के बिंदु हैं उनको आपके सामने मैं रखना चाहता हूं। सबसे पहला बिंदु है कि हम भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार यहां पर यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड लेके आएगी और इसके लिए एक समिति बनाई जाएगी एक्सपर्ट्स की और उनके रिपोर्ट के आधार पर हिमाचल प्रदेश में यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड लगाया जाएगा। हमारी दूसरी कमिटमेंट है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार मुख्यमंत्री अन्नदाता सम्मान निधि के तहत जो प्रधानमंत्री किसान सम्मान निधि में जो राशि मिलती है उसके साथ साथ 3,000 रुपए सालाना ये उसमें जोड़ा जाएगा और इसमें लगभग 9,83,000 हमारे किसान भाई जुड़ेंगे। अगर हम इसको ब्रॉड फिगर्स में कहें तो 10 लाख किसान भाई इसमें जुड़ेंगे। हमारी तीसरी कमिटमेंट है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार 8 लाख से ज्यादा जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज, एम्प्लॉयमेंट की अपॉर्चुनिटीज को हिमाचल प्रदेश में फेज मैनर में बढ़ाएगी। इसमें सरकारी जॉब और हमारे जो इकोनॉमिक जोन में काम हो रहे हैं उसके साथ मिलाकर के लगभग 8 लाख से ज़्यादा जॉब्स की अपॉर्चुनिटीज प्रोवाइड की जाएंगी। हमारी चौथी कमिटमेंट है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी ये सुनिश्चित करेगी कि सभी विलेज, सभी गांव स्टेट के वह पक्के सड़कों के साथ जुड़ जाएंगे प्रधानमंत्री ग्रामीण सड़क योजना के तहत अगले 5 सालों में, यानी ऑल वेदर रोड, और इसमें लगभग 5,000 करोड़ रुपए से ज्यादा की लागत का खर्च आने वाला है। हमारी 5वीं कमिटमेंट है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी एक प्रोग्राम लॉन्च करेगी शक्ति के नाम से, जिसमें 12,000 करोड़ रुपए 10 सालों में खर्च होंगे टू डेवलप, विकसित करने के लिए इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, इसके डेवलपमेंट करने के लिए रिलीजियस प्लेसेस, टेम्पल्स, इसके इर्द गिर्द और इसके आसपास को डेवलप करने के लिए 12,000 करोड़ रुपए खर्च होंगे शक्ति के नाम से, और इनको हिम तीर्थ के सर्किट से जोड़ा जाएगा और वेल कनेक्टेड बनाया जाएगा, इसका भी इसमें प्रयास होगा। हमारी 6ठी कमिटमेंट है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार जीएसटी के पेमेंट में हमारे किसान भाई जो एप्पल के पैकेजिंग में मटेरियल इस्तेमाल करते हैं वह 12% होगी, और उससे जो एडिशनल जीएसटी होगी उस पैकेजिंग की वह प्रदेश सरकार उसको वहन करेगी। हम जानते हैं कि हिमाचल प्रदेश सेवों के साथ जाना जाता है, सेव के साथ उसकी पहचान है, और इस विषय पर चर्चा चल रही थी कि पैकेजिंग की दृष्टि से जीएसटी 12% से ऊपर नहीं जानी चाहिए। तो हिमाचल सरकार ने तय किया है और लगभग इससे 1,70,000 फार्मर्स को लाभ मिलेगा और 25 करोड़ रुपए की लागत इस पे लगेगी, ऐसा अनुमान किया गया है। हमारी 7वीं कमिटमेंट है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार 5 नए मेडिकल कॉलेजेस प्रदेश में खोलेगी। 5 हेल्थ के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की दृष्टि से और प्राइमरी हेल्थ को और सुदृढ़ करने के लिए मोबाइल क्लिनिक वैन्स जो हैं हर विधानसभा में दुगनी कर दी जाएगी, ताकि दूर दराज के क्षेत्रों में लोगों को स्वास्थ्य की दृष्टि से स्वास्थ्य उसके द्वार पहुंचे, इसको हम सुनिश्चित करेंगे और रेगुलर के हेल्थ चेकअप्स की व्यवस्था उसमें की जाएगी। उसी तरीके से भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार हमारे नौजवानों के लिए हिम स्टार्टअप योजना चलाएगी, और इसमें एक कॉर्पस फंड ऑफ 900 करोड़ रुपीस का खड़ा किया जाएगा टू प्रमोट स्टार्टअप्स और हमारे युवाओं को स्टार्टअप में अपने साथ शामिल करने के लिए 900 करोड़ रुपीस का एक कॉर्पस खड़ा किया जाएगा। हमारी 9वीं कमिटमेंट है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी हमारा जो एक्स ग्राशिया अमाउंट पेमेंट होती है, जो हमारे सोल्जर भाई हैं जो शहीद हुए हैं और जो डिपेंडेंट्स हैं उनके जो उनको हम आर्थिक मदद देते हैं उसमें हम इजाफा करेंगे, उसको हम बढ़ाएंगे और उनको हम हुतात्मा सम्मान राशि योजना जो है उसको हम उसमें हम बढ़ोतरी करेंगे। हमारी 10वीं कमिटमेंट है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी एक सर्वे करेगी और वक्फ की जो प्रॉपर्टीज हैं उसको एज पर लॉ एक जुडिशियल कमीशन के तहत इन्वेस्टिगेट किया जाएगा, और इल्लीगल यूसेज जो है, जो गैर कानूनी तरीके से उसका इस्तेमाल हो रहा है, उस पर रोक लगेगी ऐसी प्रॉपर्टीज पर। इसके लिए भी हम काम करेंगे। हमारी 11वीं कमिटमेंट है कि हमारे जो कर्मचारी भाई हैं उनके जो रेम्यूनरेशंस में डिस्क्रिपेंसीज हैं उसको हम गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉयज की पूरी रिमूव कर देंगे। यह हमारी 11वीं कमिटमेंट है। इस तरीके से हमारे संकल्प पत्र के सभी विषयों के लिए 11 कमिटमेंट्स के साथ भारतीय जनता पार्टी आगे बढ़ रही है। मैं यहाँ आपके सामने इस बात को भी कहना चाहता हूँ कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी हिमाचल प्रदेश की शाखा ने महिला सशक्तिकरण और महिलाओं के बारे में विशेष रूप से सोचा है। और हम यह भी आपको बताना चाहते हैं कि हमारा मानना है कि समाज को अगर आगे बढ़ाना है तो जब तक महिला सशक्तिकरण नहीं होगा तब तक परिवार सशक्तिकरण नहीं होगा। जब तक महिला सशक्तिकरण नहीं होगा तो आने वाली जनरेशन्स का सशक्तिकरण नहीं होगा। और इसीलिए हम जानते हैं कि प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने महिलाओं के जीवन स्तर को और एम्पावरमेंट करने के लिए जो योजना लेकर के आए, उन योजनाओं से महिलाओं की जिंदगी में मूलभूत परिवर्तन हुआ है। और उसी को आगे बढ़ाते हुए, जैसे अगर हम आज बताएं तो एक समय था कि लगभग 11 से 12 करोड़ इज्जत घर बनाए गए। यानी एक देश की ऐसी भी स्थिति थी कि 12 करोड़ परिवार बिना इज्जत घर के थे। तो महिलाओं की डिग्निटी की क्या स्थिति थी? आज हम ये कह सकते हैं कि जब महिला सुबह उठती है तो इज्जत घर के कारण सबसे पहले उसका सशक्तिकरण होता है। जब महिला उठती है और किचन में जाती है तो लकड़ी के चूल्हे के बजाय वहां गैस का सिलेंडर होता है, तो उससे उसका सशक्तिकरण होता है। जब महिला के बच्चियां स्कूल जाती हैं और लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की सिचुएशन को ध्यान में रखते हुए उनको सुरक्षा मिलती है और स्कूल में उनके लिए व्यवस्था होती है, बेटी पढ़ाओ बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ की योजना बनती है, तो वह उनके परिवार को सशक्तिकरण करती है। जब हम हर घर नलका की बात करते हैं, हर घर जल की बात करते हैं, तो हम घरों में वॉशरूम, बाथरूम, इसकी भी हम व्यवस्था करते हैं। उसी तरीके से अगर हम जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज की बात करें तो आज डिफेंस सेक्टर हो या स्टार्टअप इंडिया हो, 81% ऑफ एंटरप्रेन्योर्स आर विमेन एंटरप्रेन्योर्स। इसको भी हमको ध्यान में रखना होगा। इसीलिए सुकन्या समृद्धि योजना हो, चाहे प्रधानमंत्री मातृत्व वंदना योजना हो, ये सारी योजनाएं महिलाओं का सशक्तिकरण करती हैं। इसलिए हिमाचल प्रदेश की मैं प्रदेश इकाई को बधाई भी देता हूं, साधुवाद भी देता हूं कि इन्होंने कहा कि एक संकल्प पत्र स्त्री के महिलाओं के नाम पर होगा, महिलाओं के लिए होगा। इसलिए स्त्री शक्ति संकल्प यह भी इन्होंने करने का प्रयास किया है और उसको रखने का प्रयास किया है। और उसमें भी हमारी 11 कमिटमेंट्स हैं, हमारे 11 संकल्प हैं जिसको हम पूरा करेंगे। पहला संकल्प है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार मुख्यमंत्री शगुन योजना के तहत जो हम बीपीएल फैमिलीज को उनके विवाह के समय हम 31,000 देते हैं, उसको हम एनहांस करके 51,000 रुपए कर रहे हैं। उसी तरीके से भारतीय जनता पार्टी यह सुनिश्चित करेगी कि बेटी पढ़ाओ बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ को ध्यान में रखते हुए हर बेटी के लिए स्कूल जाने के लिए उसे एक बाइसिकल की व्यवस्था की जाएगी। और जो ये 6 क्लास से लेके 12वीं क्लास तक और जो आगे की स्टडीज परस्यू करेंगी उन बच्चियों के लिए स्कूटी की व्यवस्था की जाएगी। और लगभग 8 लाख बेटियां इसकी सुविधा को उपयोग कर सकेंगी और इसमें 500 करोड़ से अधिक की लागत आने वाली है जिसकी व्यवस्था की जाएगी और उसको बढ़ाया जाएगा। अगर मैं बात करूं भारतीय जनता पार्टी के, तो हम ये एक 500 करोड़ का हम एक कॉर्पस फंड हम इस्टेब्लिश करेंगे जो महिलाओं को, एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को सशक्तिकरण के लिए उनको इंटरेस्ट फ्री लोन्स देगा और इसके लिए एक कॉर्पस 500 करोड़ रुपए का खड़ा किया जाएगा। इसमें टोटल बेनिफिशियरीज लगभग 6,19,000 होंगे और इसकी भी कॉस्ट लगभग 500 करोड़ आएगी। यह जो हमारे सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स हैं उनकी भी अपर लिमिट को इंक्रीज कर दिया जाएगा और उनका इंटरेस्ट रेट जो है उन लोन्स का 2% कम कर दिया जाएगा। यह भी हमको ध्यान में रखना होगा। महिलाओं के लिए चौथी कमिटमेंट है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी एक अमाउंट 25,000 का सहयोग, वह जो हमारी प्रेग्नेंट मदर्स हैं और उनके प्रॉपर ट्रीटमेंट के लिए व्यवस्था की जाएगी। और इसमें लगभग बेनिफिशियरी जो हैं वो 2,84,000 होंगे और 4,82,00,000 करोड़ रुपए इसमें खर्च होंगे। मैं यहाँ आपको एक बात बता देना चाहता हूँ कि जो हमारी स्कीम पहले चल रही है हेल्थ मिनिस्ट्री के द्वारा, जिसमें जब कोई भी महिला कंसीव करती है उस समय से लेकर मंथली 9 तारीख को चेकअप से लेकर सभी तरीके के इनॉक्यूलेशन के साथ उसकी फ्री इंस्टीट्यूशनल डिलीवरी और उसके लिए डिलीवरी के लिए उसको ट्रांसपोर्टेशन की व्यवस्था करना, डिलीवरी के बाद घर छोड़ना, कोई कॉम्प्लिकेशन हो तो दोबारा एडमिट करना और फिर वो कॉम्प्लिकेशन को समाप्त करके घर छोड़ना, ये तो जुड़ा ही हुआ था। और इसके साथ प्रति माता को 6,000 रुपए दिए जाते थे। महिला सशक्तिकरण में जयराम जी की सरकार अब 25,000 रुपए उनको पहुंचाएगी और उसकी तरीके से उसकी व्यवस्था करेगी। हमारी 5वीं कमिटमेंट है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार 3 फ्री LPG सिलेंडर्स टू वुमेन फ्रॉम द पुअर हाउस होल्ड्स, जो हमारी गरीब महिलाएं हैं, जो कि हमारे प्रधानमंत्री गरीब कल्याण अन्न योजना के कंपोनेंट में आते हैं, उनको सालाना 3 फ्री LPG गैस सिलेंडर्स दिए जाएंगे। ये हमारी 5वीं कमिटमेंट है। हमारी 6ठी कमिटमेंट है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी जो पुअर फैमिलीज हैं उनको हम एनरोल करेंगे और 30 साल की उम्र से ऊपर उनको हम उन फैमिलीज को हम एनरोल करेंगे और उनको हम अटल पेंशन योजना के साथ जोड़ेंगे और उसके लिए भी 3,70,000 लोगों को इसका बेनिफिट मिलेगा और इसमें 89 करोड़ रुपीस खर्च होने वाले हैं। उसी तरीके से भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार जो 5,000 महिला विद्यार्थी जो गवर्नमेंट स्कूल से पढ़ेंगे और क्लास में 12वीं कक्षा में जो सबसे ऊपर आएंगे, ऐसी विद्यार्थियों को 2,500 रुपए प्रति महीना स्कॉलरशिप दी जाएगी। इसकी भी हम व्यवस्था करेंगे ग्रेजुएशन तक। और हमारी 8वीं कमिटमेंट है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी एक सिस्टम सेटअप करेगी जिसमें हम प्रोक्योरमेंट और डिसबर्समेंट ऑफ फॉडर फॉर द वुमेन स्टेट में फेयर प्राइस शॉप से हम करेंगे। इसको हम लोगों ने ये उत्तराखंड में इस योजना को लाया था, उससे हम लोगों ने बहुत सी चीज़ें उसमें से गुड प्रैक्टिसेस के रूप में सीखी हैं, तो उसको हम आगे बढ़ाएंगे। हमारी 9वीं कमिटमेंट है कि हम स्त्री शक्ति कार्ड सभी महिलाओं को पहुंचाएंगे, देंगे। जो हिम केयर में जो एलमेंट्स महिलाओं की स्पेसिफिक जुड़ी हुई एलमेंट्स उसमें कवर नहीं हुई हैं, उसको कवर किया जाएगा इसमें और उसके लिए हम उनको ये पहुंचाने का प्रयास करेंगे। हमारी 10वीं कमिटमेंट है कि हम हर ज़िले में 2 गर्ल्स हॉस्टल बनाएंगे और जो बहनें, जो बच्चियां हायर एजुकेशन परस्यू करना चाहेंगी उनको हम सभी डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में 2 हम गर्ल्स हॉस्टल बनाएंगे ताकि वो अच्छी तरीके से पढ़ सकें और उसमें हम काम कर सकें। हमारी 11वीं कमिटमेंट है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार 33% की रिजर्वेशन महिलाओं को गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स में और एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस में महिलाओं को देगी। मित्रों, यह हमारी स्त्री शक्ति के प्रति संकल्प है जिसको हम पूरा करने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं। मैं यहाँ एक बात आपको ज़रूर बोलना चाहूँगा और आपको बताना चाहूँगा कि जो कहा था वो किया है, जो नहीं कहा था वो भी किया है। हमारे इरादे बुलंद हैं, हम प्रदेश को आगे ले जाना चाहते हैं एंड ये जितनी भी बातें हमने कही हैं ये सभी एक सरकार चलाने वाली पार्टी जिम्मेदार तरीके से उनके सारे प्रोज एंड कॉन्स को सोचकर अपनी हिमाचल की जनता के सामने इसको रखने का प्रयास किया है। आप पत्रकार बंधुओं ने इन सारी बातों को सुना है। मैं आप सबका धन्यवाद देता हूं कि आपने शांतिपूर्ण तरीके से सारी बातों को सुना है। ये हमारा संकल्प है, इसको हम आगे बढ़ाने वाले हैं और इसको हम पूरा करने वाले हैं। इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Well, that was BJP President JP Nadda releasing the party's manifesto for the Himachal Pradesh Assembly polls. In fact, he went on to talk about several aspects, including 5 medical colleges to be launched. He also spoke about the fact that the BJP government will conduct survey of Waqf properties in Himachal to stop any illegal use. On the other hand, he also spoke about 33% of reservation in the government job for women while releasing the manifesto. He also spoke about the 11 commitments in the manifesto and 2 girls' hostel in district for better education. We'll continue to get the live updates on this and all the other news that's making news this morning. Stay tuned to Republic. We'll be back after a short break.
Building portion collapse incident at the Chennai, 1 dead and 3 injured at the NSC Bose Road.
Killing of Sudhir Suri, there is anger among the Hindu organizations in Punjab. That is the reason they have given the call of Bandh today in Amritsar.
The AQI level over here in Delhi is around 431, which is at severe category. This is slightly better than what the situation was yesterday.
The train bogie had caught on fire at the Nashik Road railway station. Bogie of which had caught on fire was the Shalimar Mumbai LTT Express. Fire, in fact, that has broken out in the plastic slippers and shoes manufacturing factory in the Narela industry area.
Crash between a truck and an auto near Cheetah Taluk. 7 people have been killed and now the number of injuries has gone up to 11.
सर लगातार पंजाब में पराली जलाई जा रही है, लगातार पंजाब में पराली जलाई जा रही है, दिल्ली में पोल्यूशन हो रहा है। सर आप जवाब तो दीजिए सर, आपकी सरकार ने कहा था कि आप काम करेंगे, इस तरह से कब तक होगा सर?
क्या कहना चाहेंगे सर, जिस तरह से पराली को लेकर बात
आज पराली की आज देखो जे कितना बदल।
सर देखिए कितना बड़ा मुद्दा है जो दिल्ली तक गया है।
मेरी बात सुनो, जब मैं पराली पे
Here are the headlines at 11 a.m. this Sunday morning. 7 seats across 6 states in the fray. The stakes are high as counting of votes get underway. Will TRS retain its position over opposition, or will Congress make a move, or will BJP herald a southern push? All eyes on Munugodu by poll results. The race for Gujarat intensifies. Prime Minister Modi to kickstart Gujarat campaign today. BJP swings into mission mode, releases manifesto for Himachal Pradesh polls. Anger over slain Hindu activists' murder in broad daylight. Sudhir Suri's last rites today. No end to stubble burning. National capital continues to choke. Witnesses 40 to 50% increase in patients.
Today, states get 42% of the amount, now reduced by 141% because J&K is no longer a state. It will soon become maybe sometime.
Finance Minister makes big statement on Jammu and Kashmir, says centre mulling restoration of state status. A very very good morning. Thanks for tuning into Republic TV. You're watching Live and Breaking with me, Nivedna Prabhu. In fact, starting off with breaking news that is coming in. Hindu leaders put under house arrest ahead of Suri's last rites. The family said till the time Hindu leaders will not be released, cremation will not take place. Now, the family is levelling allegations against the administration and police for acting against Hindu sentiments. So that is the big news that is coming in, where Hindu leaders have been put under house arrest ahead of Suri's last rites. Now, the family said that till the time the Hindu leaders will not be released, the cremation will not take place. In fact, it was supposed to be taking place today after the administration had agreed. For more on this, we have Amandeep, who's joining us live on this particular story. Amandeep, give us the latest on terms of the fact that now Hindu leaders have been put under house arrest ahead of Suri's last rites today.
Well, absolutely, Navedna. And in fact, they have received the call. The family has received the call from the certain Hindu outfits, and they revealed this information that all the Hindu leaders has put under the house arrest, and that is the reason they are not able to visit the residence of Sudhir Suri to pay the last respect. And in fact, the family has declared to the administration as well as to the police that till the time all the Hindu leaders will not be released from the house arrest, the cremation will not take place. As I can show you, this is something new that is happening. And even when the time has given by the administration as well as by the family that the last rites will take place at around 12 noon, but late.
मैं संस्कार ही नहीं करूंगा तब तक जब तक नहीं मैंने कुछ नहीं बताया किसी को, मैंने आपको बता दिया जी, मैंने किसी को नहीं कुछ बताना। भगवंत मान यदि चैनल देख रहे हैं तो वो खुद समझ लें। हम बिल्कुल, और सीपी साहब, एडीजीपी साहब जो रात संभलता नहीं है क्या, ये लाठियां लेके, बम लेके, कृपाने लेके घूम रहे हैं? अरे रो रहे हैं, आंखों में आंसू लेके अपने शव यात्रा में आ रहे हैं, और शव यात्रा में भी नहीं आ सकते वो। मैं देखता हूं, आज मैं देखता हूं, उनको ये बता दीजिए कि सुधीर कुमार सूरी के बाद बृजमोहन सूरी अभी खड़ा है, और मैं देखता हूं कि कैसे हिंदुओं पे जुल्म होते हैं। मैं ये भी देखता हूं कैसे प्रशासन जुल्म करता है। क्या ज्यादा से ज्यादा प्रशासन क्या करेगा? क्या एक मिनट, क्या है इसके पास? सिक्योरिटी वापस? अरे नहीं चाहिए इनकी सिक्योरिटी। इनकी सिक्योरिटी की वजह से मेरा भाई चला गया, ये क्या बचाएंगे हमें? बचाएंगे ये? हम मरने के लिए तैयार हैं, सर पे कफन बांधा है। ये तो आपको भावनाएं इन्होंने तो बिल्कुल तोड़ दी हैं हमें भी। हमारे जो रिश्तेदार, हमारे दोस्त मित्र आना चाहते हैं, सभी को नजरबंद कर दो, और खुद आके 7:30 बजे के बैठ गए यहाँ पे।
सरकार डरी हुई है तो लग रहा है,
तो क्या समझेंगे आप बताइए ना कि सभी को नजरबंद करने का क्या मतलब है? डरे नहीं हुए ये, डरे नहीं हुए, ये कमजोर हैं, ये फेलियर है सरकार का कि ये प्रशासन जो है ये डरता है कि कोई माहौल खराब ना हो जाए। कौन माहौल खराब कर रहा है आप बताइए?
मैं बड़ा सही सवाल
मैं आपको अभी नाम दे रहा हूँ, आप मेरे को 5 मिनट दीजिए। हमारे सभी लोगों के फोन आ रहे हैं कि उनको नजरबंद कर दिया गया। बिल्कुल नहीं किया जाएगा, चाहे 2 दिन लग जाए। ये रखे, देखता हूँ मैं कितनी देर नजरबंद रखते हैं।
हम अपने चैनल कर रहे थे, हुआ क्या है, किन लोगों को नजरबंद किया है?
हमारे जितने हिंदू संगठन है, ये जो डरपोक पंजाब पुलिस है, डरपोक फेलियर पंजाब पुलिस, बेवकूफ, बिल्कुल बेवकूफ पंजाब पुलिस, इन्होंने हमारे सभी हिंदू संगठनों को नजरबंद किया है। मैं चेतावनी देना चाहता हूं इन पंजाब पुलिस को, तब तक संस्कार नहीं होगा जब तक मेरे सभी हिंदू संगठन खुद पंजाब पुलिस लेके यहाँ पर नहीं आती।
आपको लगता है खालिस्तानी टेरर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस पे शिकंजा कसने के बजाय उन लोगों पे शिकंजा कस रहे हैं जो बेचारे
बिल्कुल, अब उनको ये रोक नहीं सकते, उनकी गोलियां ये रोक नहीं सकते, तो ये कहते हैं कि कोई हम पे गोली न चलाए, हमें ही नजरबंद कर दो। मेरे को 5 मिनट दीजिए, मैं लिस्ट देता हूँ।
लीडर है बाहर सब बंद किया गया,
हमारे सभी हिंदू संगठन
जिन्हें समाज के लीडर है सब नजरबंद
बिल्कुल नहीं करेंगे।
यानी कि आतंकवाद के सामने इनको लगता है घुटने टेक दिए उन्होंने।
अरे आतंकवादी मेरे को लगता है कि पंजाब पुलिस के साथ मिले हुए हैं, कि हम हिंदुओं को दबा दें, वो भी दबा दें, ये भी दबा दें। कल यदि हम प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं तो कहते हैं गोली मार देंगे। अरे मार दो गोली यार, आपके हाथ में है क्या? चंद गनमैन देने? मैं अपनी प्राइवेट पर्सनल सिक्योरिटी कर लूंगा। मेरे पास इतना दम है कि मैं अपनी पर्सनल सिक्योरिटी कर लूंगा। मेरे को जरूरत ही नहीं अब किसी से बात।
लॉजिक क्या दिया इन्होंने नजरबंद करने का?
कि माहौल खराब हो जाएगा। तो माहौल खराब हो जाएगा जिस हाथों में लाश हो, जिन आंखों में आंसू हो, जिन हाथों में फूल हो, अपने जो जा रहे हैं उन पे चढ़ाने के लिए, वो माहौल खराब करेंगे। आप बताइए। कोई बात नहीं, हमने उसने एक आध बंदे ने भड़काऊ भाषण दे दिया, उन्होंने गोलियां चला दी तो ये बोले भी ना। अरे यार, आप आग लगाओगे तो धुआं नहीं निकलेगा। आप घर में खाना बनाते हो, किस लिए बनाते हो? खाने के लिए। तो धुआं नहीं निकलता। परोंठा बनाते हो, बड़े स्वाद से खाते हो, उसमें से धुआं नहीं निकलता। ये आग लगाए और धुआं भी ना निकले और ये हमें ही नजरबंद कर दें। अरे संभाल लें, लगाएं सिक्योरिटी। इसमें क्या है? ये प्रशासन की जिम्मेवारी है, हमारी जिम्मेवारी तो नहीं है ना। एक व्यक्ति जो सदा समाज की सेवा करता रहा है, एक व्यक्ति जो समाज के लिए मरता रहा है, एक व्यक्ति जो गरीबों के लिए मरता रहा है, गरीबों का मसीहा बना रहा है, आज उसकी शव यात्रा में उसके अपने ही नहीं होंगे। ये अन्याय है, हमारे साथ बड़ा अन्याय है। और मैं आप चैनल के जरिए, आप मीडिया के द्वारा हाथ जोड़कर बेनती करता हूं, आप लोग हमारा साथ दीजिए, क्योंकि आप भी किसी न किसी व्यक्ति से जुड़े हैं, आप भी किसी न किसी से प्यार करते हैं। देखिए, हम संस्कार नहीं करेंगे, हम आपसे निवेदन कर रहे हैं, आप भी हमारा साथ दीजिए। पुलिस बोल रही है ना, तो नहीं किया तो उनको बोलो हम वेट कर रहे हैं, वो आ जाएंगे तब संस्कार होगा। इन्होंने सभी को नजरबंद किया हुआ है। या तो जी अभी आप बाहर के भी हैं, अमृतसर के भी हैं। मैं आपको डिटेल अभी देता हूँ, 5 मिनट आप देंगे मेरे को? जी फोन आ रहे हैं जी, हमें नजरबंद किया हुआ है, हम नहीं आ सकते।
कितने लोग जिन्होंने नजरबंद किया?
काफी लोग हैं, बेशुमार है सर। प्रशासन का फेलियर है। आपके घर में 10 बंदे आने और आप अपने घर के बाहर ताला लगा लो।
ਮੇਨ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਸਨ ਦਾ ਇਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਵ ਯਾਤਰਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਭੀੜ ਨਾ ਇਕੱਠੀ ਹੋ ਸਕੇ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਮਰਥਕ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਮੌਕੇ ਤੇ ਨਾ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਸਕਣ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਮਰਥਨ ਇੰਨੇ ਕਿ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖਣਾ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਸਨ ਟਾਈਮ ਟੇਬਲ ਦੇਵੇ। ਹਰ ਬੰਦਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਵ ਯਾਤਰਾ 'ਚ ਫੋਨ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਕਿ ਟਾਈਮ ਦਿਓ, ਅਸੀਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਪਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਘਰ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ।
ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਸਨ ਚਾਹਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕੋਈ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਨਾ ਜਾਏ, समाज को कोई मैसेज ना जाए।
Well, that was Brij Mohan Suri, brother of martyr Sudhir Suri, talking about the fact, or rather questioning why these Hindu leaders have been under house arrest. In fact, he has stated that until there's more development on that front, then they are not going to be performing the last rites of his deceased brother. Now, cutting across to Amandeep, who's getting us the latest on the story. Amandeep, try to tell us what is the reason for these Hindu leaders to be under house arrest? Because even like Brij Mohan Suri is pointing out, he's not understanding the reason for the same.
Well, Navedna, the point is that after witnessing the yesterday's situation outside Sudhir Suri's residence, the police have taken this call to put all the Hindu organizations who have participated in a protest yesterday to put under the house arrest, and in fact so that at least not maximum crowd can be gathered here outside the residence of Sudhir Suri. That is the reason. On the precautionary measures, they all were put under the house arrest, and in fact after the family received this information, they leveled the allegations against the police as well as the administration that yesterday they have actually negotiated the talks with certain terms and conditions, and today when the family was asked to perform the last rites at the earliest, and they'd given the time of 10 a.m. instead of 12 noon, and even on the last moment they have put all the Hindu outfits under the house arrest. So somewhere down the line the family's anger against the administration as well as police is escalating after this act as well, and now the family is very much adamant that They are saying that till the time all the Hindu leaders will not be released from their house arrest, the cremation will not take place. The last journey will not start from the residence of Sudhir Suri. Once again, the anger escalates of the family against the police as well as administration. And the brother was very much clear that they are trying to contact with their own leaders, with their own supporters who were there for from day before yesterday outside the residence of Sudhir Suri and consoling the family, supporting the family. They all are not here now. And the last journey will not get started without those people who were supporting from the very first minute of the killing of Sudhir Suri. And this is the situation. Once again, the administration and local police have landed into the thick soup and facing the anger of the family regarding the same, just because from day before yesterday, from the moment Sudhir Suri was killed, there is a certain anger against the police as well as the government of the family for failing to provide the security to Sudhir Suri, resulting the killing in a full public view and a broad daylight. But now once again, anger again escalated. The situation was diffused yesterday evening when DC, ADGP as well as CP of Amritsar has negotiated the talks with the family. They're ready to cremate the body, and they have also negotiated the demands also, and even after accepting all the demands, everything has been settled down. The anger of the family has been settled down. But today morning, once again, after this house arrest of the Hindu leaders, the family's anger once again told up, and in fact now they are very much waiting for the Hindu leaders to come at the residence of Sudhir Suri to start the last journey. You can see, Navedna, everything is put in place. The van is all prepared. It has been decorated with the photograph of Sudhir Suri, and even flowers are putting on, just because this last journey will be crossing the mid of the city and later on reaching to the cremation ground of Durgana Mandir in Amritsar itself. And in fact, after that, and this will be happening in a full public view, and even the city will witness the entire last journey of Sudhir Suri. And that is the reason they wanted that everyone should participate into the last journey and to pay the last respect to the Sudhir Suri, just because the way he was killed, it was actually not acceptable by the family and even the Hindu outfits as well. You can see they have gathered also here, and certain kind of anger is still coming out against the administration as well as against the police also. Every single minute they are claiming and blaming the police that they are not acting to console the sentiments of the family. They are all acting against the family. They all are acting against the Hindu sentiments that was connected with the Sudhir Suri. And that is the reason. Once again, they all the leaders were put under the house arrest, and they were not allowed to participate in the last journey of Sudhir Suri. Yes, Navedna.
Right, Amandeep, thank you for getting the latest on that. We'll keep coming back to you about this particular story. But moving on to more breaking news that is coming in, this one regarding the elections of the Bali. And the results of the elections in 7 assembly seats across 6 states will be declared today. Now, prestige battles are being fought in Bihar and Telangana, and a family legacy is on the line in Haryana. So obviously, talking about early trends, TRS is leading after round 4 in Munugudu is what we're picking up right now. We'll be also cutting across to our correspondents who are on the ground, getting us the latest. We're talking about the results of the elections in 7 assembly seats across 6 states will be declared today. In fact, in Telangana's Munugudu, we have Kusukanta Prabhakar Reddy fighting it out from the TRS, Palvai Shravanti Reddy from the Congress, and Komati Reddy, Rajgopal Reddy from the BJP. And of course, we'll be continuing to track of the other trends as well. But cutting across to Andheri, who's joining us live reporting on the story as well. Andheri, give us a sense of, this particular clash that is happening in Munugudu. We've been talking since morning about how that has been panning out. But give us a sense of the close race. It seems like it's between the TRS and the BJP. What is happening currently? What are the current trends showing? If you could tell our viewers also about the same.
That's right, Nivedna. We have been seeing it's a neck-to-neck fight between the TRS and the BJP, whereas the Congress stands at the third position as of now. After the 4 rounds of counting which has been completed, we see that the TRS is at lead of near about 1714 votes. We are learning as of now, and 5th round of counting is underway. Total 15 rounds of counting is taking place here in Nalgonda, as we had seen 93% of voting percentage taking place, highest ever, which was recorded in the history of Munugudu by-polls. But also now when we talk about the face-off between the TRS and the BJP, it has been a tough fight, where the neck-to-neck fight between the TRS and BJP has been going on. Every round the numbers have been changing. Every round either it's the TRS who is leading or it's the BJP who is leading. But now, after the completion of 4 rounds of vote, we see that the TRS is leading with near about 1714 votes. So now it all remains to be seen who is going to win the Munugudu by-elections, because this Munugudu by-elections has been a prestige issue, because this comes ahead of the state assembly elections which are going to take place in the year 2023. So definitely all eyes on that as well. But yes, before that, who wins Munugudu by-elections is a larger question. Will it be TRS or will it be the BJP? Because we had seen how there was a poaching controversy which had broken out, how there were clashes which had been reported in Munugudu just days before the voting would go, and also at the same time now we see that the candidates of all the parties are inside at the counting centers. And now as per the latest information what we have got from the counting centers, that TRS is leading with 714 votes.
All right, like Andheri is pointing out, seems like a neck-to-neck competition between TRS and, of course, the BJP. We'll keep going back to Andheri to get us the latest. But cutting across to Sandeep as well, who's reporting on the by-elections. Sandeep, coming back to you, we're speaking about the fact that, of course, Rujita Latke is the one who's contesting. In a sense, no competition, so it seems like she's going to clean sweep this one.
See, indeed, Nivedana, there's no other candidate from other national party who's been fielded against Rutuja Latke. Rather, there are some independent candidates, but they are not, looking that, in position to at least go somewhere nearby Rutuja Latke. It is a one-side affair for Rutuja, and in fact, Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray party candidate Rutuja Latke. Remember the sequence wherein when Rutuja Latke had filed a nomination in this Andheri East constituency. Remember how Raj Thackeray came in and wrote a letter to Eknath Shinde faction, and in fact demanded not to field any candidate from this constituency. And although in fact as BJP had fielded Murji Patel from this constituency, who had in fact got more than 50,000 votes in last assembly election, wherein he was standing on an independent seat. So remember, after such kind of things, BJP and Eknath Shinde faction decided to take that candidate back, and in fact, as Ramesh Latke is no more. So basically, the sympathy is with Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray candidate Rutuja Latke, in the favor of Rutuja Latke. And at this point of time, if BJP would have lost in this by-polls election, then it would have also impacted in upcoming BMC elections as well. So keeping all these factors in mind, and as the sympathy might have been gone to Uddhav Thackeray's camp, so they didn't fielded any candidate. In fact, no other party fielded any candidate. But yes, it's a clean sweep for Rutuja Latke from Andheri East constituency.
Right, like Sandeep, of course, is pointing out and getting us the details from the ground from Andheri East in terms of the by-poll elections. But going back to Andheri, of course, is reporting on the Munugudu by-poll elections. Andheri, coming to you, before the by-poll elections, we've seen a lot of, in a sense, chaos, drama that really occurred. So on that particular front, if we were to talk about how the BJP was attacking the TRS, it brought outside voters, we saw those protests as well. In fact, Bandi Sanjay was also detained. Now, coming to that particular front, because we saw all of that drama, talk to us a little bit about the security measures also taken, in and around the local voting centers as well.
Well, that's right, Nivedana. We had seen how there was a massive protest which took place just on the night of one day before the night of the polling which underwent. On that night, we had seen how the BJP candidate Rajgopal Reddy had also staged protest at the RO office, along with which we also saw the BJP state president Bandi Sanjay was seen moving towards Munugudu, but he was detained by the police officials. But now when we talk about the Munugudu by-elections, we also have been seeing that many areas were said to be critical, but now also I would like to show you around the visuals here as the security arrangements have been put in place. Extra forces also have been called in. Well, this is just the entrance of the counting center, but inside the counting center, as we move in, we see that there are extra forces which have been put in place in regard with the security arrangements. When we talk about, we see that the police officials are making sure that everyone who is a pass holder is only allowed, and also at the same time we see that no one else is allowed to move around in this particular area, because this has been one of the places where all the leaders from the political parties are coming in. But when we talk about the elections and also how this has been a prestige issue, and now as the counting is underway, we see that it's definitely a neck-to-neck fight between the TRS and the BJP, because now after the 4 rounds of counting, the TRS is leading with near about 714 votes. Well, the 5th round of counting is still underway, total of 15 rounds of counting. So we'll have to wait and watch who wins the Munugudu by-elections. But when we talk about the Congress party, it's at the 3rd position. So now the face-off, as of now, the face-off is between the TRS and the BJP, and this by-elections has been very important for the BJP candidate Komatreddy Rajgopal Reddy, as he was the sitting MLA. He had resigned from the Congress party, he had resigned from the MLA's post, and that is why we are seeing the by-elections being taking place. But now, who will win this elections, who will win this by-elections also remains to be seen.
Right, like Andheri is of course pointing out, this is the big question as to who is going to win. Like she also spoke about Reddy, contesting from the BJP, which is why it makes it all the more interesting, considering the fact that the competition is pretty neck to neck between the TRS and BJP. In fact, both the factions, the leaders also seemed very confident going into this particular campaign. But we'll keep going back to Andheri to get us the latest sense of what's happening on the ground. But cutting across once again to Sandeep, who's getting us the latest in terms of the Andheri East by-poll. Sandeep, when you were just pointing out earlier about the fact that there are independent candidates as well, if you could talk to us about the current trends right now with the number of votes as well for these independent candidates.
See, as far as I have got the latest details in regards of the voting that have taken place through post. Now, when we talk about the post voting that have came across, the details I have is that Rituja Latke has got 283 and Bala Nadar, an independent candidate, has got 9 votes comparatively. Manoj Naik 12, Meena Kedekar 20, Farhan Syed 6, Milind Kamble 10. So comparatively the numbers are very low. In fact, the celebrations have started out here at Andheri East constituency. In fact, you can see in the visuals behind me are the supporters of Rituja Latke who have came out here, and in fact remember the divide. Remember the divide, how the divide took place, and now the symbol have also changed out here at this elections. We'll try to speak to few of the party workers and the supporters of Rituja Latke. ऋतुजा लटके के लिए कहीं ना कहीं क्लीन स्वीप जो है वो दिखाई दे रही है, कितनी खुशी?
ये खुशी हम लोग को पहले से थी और कॉन्फिडेंस था हमारे को, तो इसमें हम लोग ऐसी कुछ बात नहीं है कि हमको जीत हुई है, हमारी जीत पहले से थी। जब वो मुर्जी पटेल ने उम्मीदवारी दी थी ना, तभी हम लोगों ने कंफर्म किया था कि आप लोगों को जीतना है।
आपको लगता है कि मुर्जी पटेल ने अपना कैंडिडेचर जो है वो वापस लिया, उसका भी फायदा मिला है ऋतुजा?
नहीं, हमको कुछ फायदा नहीं मिला। उसका नोटा में जो वोट गिरने वाला है ना, वो बीजेपी का है।
नोटा के वोट है वो
बीजेपी के वोट है।
आप बताएं, आप बताएं। ऋतुजा लटके जो है वो जीत रही है, भारी संख्या में उनको मतदान भी हुआ है, कैसे देखते?
हमारी जीत तो पहले ही हो गई थी, जब मुर्जी काका पटेल ने उम्मीदवारी भरी थी तभी। उसके बाद में उसके डर के हालत में उन्होंने पीछे ले लिया, और ये किसी को और पत्र व्यवहार से बताया गया, ये पूरी बीजेपी डर गई थी और आगे भी ये बीजेपी डरते रहेगी, और शिवसेना यहाँ पे कभी कोई मिटा नहीं सकता और ना मिटा पाएगा।
आपको लगता है कि रमेश लटके ने जो काम किया उसका फायदा भी ऋतुजा लटके?
बिल्कुल, लटके साहब ने जो फायदा किया है, काम किया है लोगों में, हर ग्राउंड लेवल में जाके जो मेहनत किया है, उसके वजह से ये जीत है, बाकी कोई नहीं है.
So, Nivedana, you just heard the reactions of the supporters of Rutuja Latke. So, in regards of the assembly elections, bipolar election is concerned, the party workers are happy. They say that BJP was in fact afraid to contest this election, and in fact, so they took the candidature back. But at this point of time, you can see how excited these party workers are there, and they are celebrating as it is a one-side affair for Uddhav Bala Sahib Thakere's party's candidate Rutuja Latke. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Sandeep, for getting us all those latest. Andheri as well, who is continuing to track. Both of them, in fact, getting us the latest on the bipolar elections. We'll keep coming back to both of you. All those latest inputs right here on Republic TV. But for the moment, thank you for getting us those latest details. But moving on to other stories that we're tracking at this hour now. The National Investigation Agency filed a charge sheet against Dawood Ibrahim, A. Chota Shakil and 3 other associates in connection with the terrorist network and organised criminal syndicate named the D Company, now accused of several terror activities in India. A terrorist linked to the LET was apprehended near Bandipora in Jammu and Kashmir. Now, the terrorist was apprehended following a vehicle check near Chandragir with weapons and ammunition found upon being caught. The terrorist further confessed to being on the directions of a handler from Pakistan. An air show by the Surya Kiran aerobatic team of the Indian Air Force was organised as a part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav at the Air Force Station in Dajipur in Gujarat.
And the odd numbers that we earlier spoke about, and you have a number 7 there, rightly proving that pilots have a very different.
Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman hinted at the possibility of the centre considering restoring statehood to Jammu and Kashmir. The hint came about when the Finance Minister spoke on taxes of at least 42%, further stating that Jammu and Kashmir might become a state as well.
That Finance Commission said now you raise it to 42%, which means the centre will have lesser amount in its hand. Prime Minister Modi, without a second, they have thought about it, fully accepted that Finance Commission, and that is why today states get 42% of the amount, now reduced by 141% because J&K is no longer a state.
Indian boxers Meenakshi and Preeti assured medals for themselves for their maiden appearance at the Asian Boxing Championships at Amman in Jordan.
Well, as the Munugudu by-elections counting is underway, we see that after the 4 rounds of counting, the TRS is currently leading with near about 714 votes. Well, it's a neck-to-neck fight between the TRS and the BJP, whereas the Congress stands at number 3. Well, it all remains to be seen who will win the Munugudu by-elections, and this comes in the run-up to the state assembly elections, which are due next year in the year 2023. We'll be right back after a short break. Keep watching Republic TV.
क्या कहना चाहेंगे सर, जिस तरह से पराली को लेकर बात
आज पराली की आज देखो जे कितना बदल।
सर देखिए कितना बड़ा मुद्दा है जो दिल्ली तक गया है।
मेरी बात सुनो, जब मैं पराली पे पीसी करूंगा तो फिर आ जाऊंगा नहीं जब मैं ना ऐसा नहीं मैं
इतना बड़ा इशू
नहीं
2 मिनट तो दीजिए सर पराली का इतना बड़ा इशू।
सर मैंने आपको बोल दिया मैं पीसी करूंगा, आपने आज खड़ो दो।
Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman hinted at the possibility of the centre considering restoring statehood to Jammu and Kashmir. Now, the hint came about when the Finance Minister spoke on taxes of at least 42%, further stating that Jammu and Kashmir might become a state as well.
That Finance Commission said now you raise it to 42%, which means the centre will have lesser amount in its hand. Prime Minister Modi, without a second, they have thought about it, fully accepted that Finance Commission, and that is why today states get 42% of the amount, now reduced by 141% because J&K is no longer a state.
PM Modi campaigned in Himachal Pradesh ahead of the polls to be held in the state. The Prime Minister called the Congress a guarantee of corruption and nepotism and targeted the Aam Aadmi Party as the most corrupt in the guise of being Imandar as he campaigned for the BJP at Solan.
Top headlines at 11:30. 7 seats across 6 states in the fray. The stakes are high as counting of votes get underway. Will TRS retain its position over opposition, or will Congress make a move, or will BJP herald a southern push? All eyes on Munugore by poll results. The race for Gujarat intensifies. Prime Minister Modi to kickstart Gujarat campaign today. BJP swings into mission mode, releases manifesto for Himachal Pradesh polls. Anger over slain Hindu activists murdered in broad daylight. Sudhir Suri's last rites today. No end to stubble burning. National capital continues to choke. Witnesses 40 to 50% increase in patients.
Today, states get 42% of the amount, now reduced by 141% because J&K is no longer a state. It will soon become, maybe sometime.
Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman makes a big statement on J&K, says centre mulling restoration of state status. Thanks for tuning in this Sunday morning. We are live and breaking. I'm Samiksha Srivastava. Straight up, starting with a big story coming in from Amritsar, where after the family razor issue, the police has released the Hindu leaders, and the final rites are set to be take place in just a short while from now. So the demand that has been paid heed to by the police officials as the right-wing activists have been released upon the demand of the family members. Amandeep reporting live from outside Mortar, Sudhir Suri's residence. Amandeep, how is the situation looking like? We understand that the police officials have released the right-wing activists. When can we expect the last rites to take place?
Samiksha, once the family has raised the doubts on the police and the administration for putting the all Hindu outfits to the house arrest, immediately police swung into the action and released all the Hindu leaders, and in fact informed the family, and even the Hindu leaders contacted the family, and later the family ready to start the last journey of Sudhir Suri from his residence to Durgyana temple where the cremation ground is. And in fact now very soon the Sudhir Suri's mortal remains will be shifted to the van which has been decorated by the family with the photograph of the Sudhir Suri, and the last journey will begin from the residence of Sudhir Suri and cross the mid of the city. The route is to pass the entire city, and with the heavy security force, and even later on for around 4 to 5 kilometers after traveling and after this yatra, the van will arrive at the Durgyana temple cremation ground where the last rites will take place. So this is how the entire situation has been unfolded today. But since morning there was some kind of sensitiveness in among the families, and even their anger came out once again. Even after settling down yesterday evening, the police and administration once again acted against the family, and certain kind of allegations has also been leveled. But now again the situation has been de-escalated, the emotions and the anger of the family has been diffused, and they are all set to cremate Sudhir Sudhir Suri, and very soon the last journey of Sudhir Suri will be started in a van which has been decorated with the flowers and the photograph of Sudhir Suri. It will pass through the heart of the city to give a message by the family that Sudhir Suri has been shot dead, but family is still carry forward the legacy of the Sudhir Suri, and family is all paying respect, and they also seek the blessings and the respect from the entire city as well. And slowly, gradually, the Hindu leaders has also started reaching at the residence of Sudhir Suri to pay the last respect, so that at least the journey will start. Yes, Samiksha.
Yes, Amandeep, stay with us. Of course, the anger of the family members is very much palpable. Talk to us about the Khalistani link that is also being probed. Given the fact that the SFJ has also claimed a response, in fact said that they will be providing all the legal aid to the accused in this case.
Well, Samiksha, the Khalistani angle has been established and confirmed by those pro-Khalistani elements who are actually behind this killing. First, Gopal Chawla released a video with the celebration of killing of Sudhir Suri. Second, Harvinder Landa Harike has claimed the responsibility on the social media. And in fact, third angle was when the video has been established and accessed by the Republic TV, that how accused Sandeep Singh was taking the blessings of Khalistani supporter Amrit Pal Singh. And fourth bigger evidence is Sikh for Justice, a banned organization, a pro-Khalistani organization, has opened their support to the accused Sandeep Singh and providing him the financial and the legal aid. They have also announced a 10 lakh rupees as a financial assistance to the family of Sandeep Singh. So these all are the evidence that how ISI-backed pro-Khalistani groups are behind the murder of Sudhir Suri. These are the evidence. But so far, police is not taking it on record. Police is not establishing this angle in the in their investigation, and even not revealing that what are the connection of the pro-Khalistani elements here in Punjab and Amritsar.
Well, absolutely, Amandeep. We'll keep coming back to you for the latest on that. For now, moving on to more breaking news coming in. And update coming in on the by-poll counting, which is underway as we speak. Remember, the results of elections in 7 assembly seats across 6 states will be declared today. It's a prestige battle that is being fought in Bihar and Telangana. In fact, early trends that are just coming in, what we're given to understand is that the BJP is leading from the Gola Gokranath seat in UP with a total of 76,765 votes. Samajwadi Party, meanwhile, is trailing. We'll go across to Vivek as well to get us the latest on the UP by-poll. But these are the first visuals also coming in from the Bihar by-polls counting, which is underway as we speak. Celebrations that have already begun. The results, of course, that will be declared today, but the visuals coming in from Bihar, where in fact, more breaking update that is just coming in from Bihar, that the RJD has won and has retained the Mokama Assembly by-poll seat. Big breaking update coming in. We'll go across to Prakash as well, but we have a reaction coming in. Let's listen in.
तरीके से आपके ही अपने लोग जो कभी पुराने आपके साथ थे, वो लोग इस बार जिस तरीके से घेरेबंदी की आप लोगों की, किसी तरीके से अनंत सिंह हार जाए,
तो कहे तो कि मोकामा बाबा परशुराम की धरती है, वहाँ मोकामा क्षेत्र की जनता किसी जुमलेबाजी और बहकावे में नहीं आएगी। जितना विधायक जी जनता को सेवा किए हैं, दुख में सुख में और विकास किए हैं, जनता उसी का
the two assembly by-polls that were conducted in Bihar, we are getting results from the Mokama assembly by-polls, from where the RJD leader Anand Singh's wife Neelam Devi has won by more than 15,000 votes. That's what we are getting after the final round of counting. This is a huge morale booster for RJD because it has retained its seat. But as a matter of fact, last time Anand Singh, the RJD candidate, had won by more than 36,000 votes, but this time in the by-polls, his wife has won by 15,000 votes. So there is a gap of 21,000 votes for RJD. Nevertheless, RJD has retained this seat, and in Gopalganj assembly polls, which was won by the BJP, and after the death of the BJP and former Minister Subhash Singh, his wife Sonam Devi was contesting there, and we get to know that that BJP is leading there as of now, and the results are not yet declared.
So was this win for the RJD, given the fact that it is the first elections we are seeing after the Mahagathbandhan that has come to power again in the state of Bihar?
As far as the Mahagathbandhan is concerned, overall they have a huge consolidation of votes in favor of them, and as a result of which Anand Singh has won this seat despite Chirag Paswan coming back to the fold of the BJP with the 5% Paswan voters coming into the fold. And in the Gopalganj Assembly seat, which was earlier held by the BJP, till the 17th round, the BJP is leading by only 2,185 votes. That goes to show the strength of the RJD and the JDU, but the BJP is leading by 2,185 seats. And if the BJP wins this seat and retains this seat, it will be a huge morale booster for them as well.
All right, Prakash, thank you for those updates. And the first visuals also coming in from Bihar, RJD's Neelam Devi, who has won the Mokama seat. So remember, it was the first litmus test for the Mahagathbandhan after the BJP-JDU split. The result for Gopalganj is awaited. Talking about the other bypoll results, remember the vote counting is also underway in Munugore while BJP is eyeing the 2023 polls. The TRS is looking at a national footprint. So updates that are just trickling in from these states where the counting is underway as we speak, talking about Gola Gokranath, where the Congress and BSP are not contesting. It's a direct fight between the BJP and the Samajwadi Party. For now, moving on, but a very short break for now, but on the other side we'll continue. So we'll get you live coverage on the bypoll counting which is underway.
The National Investigation Agency filed a charge sheet against Dawood Ibrahim, 8 Chota Shakil and 3 others associates in connection with a terrorist network and organized criminal syndicate named the D Company, accused of several terror activities in India. A terrorist linked to the LET was apprehended near Bandipora in Jammu and Kashmir. Now, the terrorist was apprehended following a vehicle check near Chandragir and weapons and ammunition found being caught. Now, the terrorist further confessed to being working on the directions of a handler from Pakistan.
तराना के एक स्कूल के शिक्षक द्वारा वहां पर पढ़ने वाली बालिकाओं से एक गलत हरकत करने का मामला सामने आया था, जिस पर से तराना में तत्काल अपराध पंजीबद्ध कर उक्त आरोपी
Prime Minister Modi has visited a schedule to Gujarat ahead of the polls in the state, wherein he would be attending a meeting and a mass wedding ceremony in Bhavnagar. Now, the BJP National President JP Nadda as well as Home Minister Amit Shah would be leading the poll campaigns for the party in Himachal Pradesh, with visits scheduled to Shimla, Solan, Nagarota, Jaswantpuragar and Una. Pakistan's government has revoked the ban on the telecast of Imran Khan's speeches. Now, Pakistan's electronic media regulator PEMRA had earlier issued directives prohibiting any broadcast or rebroadcast of any of
Now, more news break coming in. This one on the Delhi air quality, the RTI reply that has been received from the Delhi Pollution Control Committee that has exposed the lies of Kejriwal government in the national capital. The RTI that has found that the Yamuna River sample, as per laboratory report, that was found contaminated and polluted. All microorganisms that were found in the sample are above permissible levels. So RTI reply on Delhi AQI that has exposed the lies that was being peddled by the Kejriwal government in the national capital. In fact, we have a reaction as well coming in. Let's listen into that first and then we go across to our reporters.
दिल्ली को जिस तरीके से दिल्ली के मालिक ने गैस चैम्बर के अंदर कन्वर्ट कर दिया है, और ये बयान सुप्रीम कोर्ट का है कि दिल्ली गैस चैम्बर में कन्वर्ट हो चुकी है। दिल्ली दुनिया के सबसे प्रदूषित शहरों में एक हो चुकी है। आज हमने 11 मूर्ति में गांधी जी की मूर्ति के नीचे एक सिंबॉलिक प्रोटेस्ट किया। इसमें हमारे युवा साथियों के हाथ में प्ले कार्ड था कि आई एम नॉट रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर कन्वर्टिंग दिल्ली इनटू गैस चैम्बर, आई डिडंट वोट फॉर आप, जिसका अर्थ है कि मैंने दिल्ली को जो गैस चैम्बर में बदली है दिल्ली, उसके लिए मैं जिम्मेदार नहीं हूं, मैंने आम आदमी पार्टी को वोट नहीं दिया।
All right, so BJP, they're hitting out at the Kejriwal government. This after the RTI reply that was received from the Delhi Pollution Control Committee that exposes the lies that was being peddled by the AAP government in the national capital. The Yamuna River sample, as per laboratory report that found contaminated and polluted, all microorganisms found in the sample are above the permissible levels. So the AAP government in the national capital has definitely a lot to answer on the deteriorating air quality in the national capital. Remember, the air quality remains in the severe category with several hospitalizations and respiratory issues that have also been reported from And we have Ajay Bose, who had filed this, in fact sought this, the RT activist who had sought a reply, is joining us on the phone line. Sir, if you could give us more details on this, the details that you had had asked for, and your reply on what we are given to understand from this reply that exposes the AAP government's lies.
No, I saw a video of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, which was getting viral, where he was saying that they have installed some sewer plant to clean the Yamuna water. So, out of curiosity, I filed this RTI, and I got a very shocking reply. In the report of the sample of Yamuna River, it is clearly seen that the microorganisms which are there in the water, it is all above the permissible limit. It is above the normal level, and the water is very polluted and contaminated and toxic. It is not common man cannot take this water. So it is very contaminated water, as per the laboratory report of Delhi Pollution Control Board.
All right. Thank you for speaking to us. So the RT activist who had sought a reply on the contamination in the Yamuna River has received a reply which exposes the lie that's been peddled by the Kejriwal government, which shows the reply that shows that the microorganisms are above the permissible limits in the Yamuna River. So clearly a lot that the AAP government in the national capital has to answer. In fact, those are the visuals also we are putting on our screens that shows the thick form that has been formed in the river Yamuna. Remember the politics that are also broken out over the contamination that has happened in the Yamuna River.
दिल्ली को जिस तरीके से दिल्ली के मालिक ने गैस चैम्बर के अंदर कन्वर्ट कर दिया है, और ये बयान सुप्रीम कोर्ट का है कि दिल्ली गैस चैम्बर में कन्वर्ट हो चुकी है। दिल्ली दुनिया के सबसे प्रदूषित शहरों में एक हो चुकी है। आज हमने 11 मूर्ति पे गांधी जी की मूर्ति के नीचे एक सिंबॉलिक प्रोटेस्ट किया, जिसमें हमारे युवा साथियों के हाथ में प्ले कार्ड था कि आई एम नॉट रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर कन्वर्टिंग दिल्ली इनटू गैस चैम्बर, आई डिडंट वोट फॉर आप, जिसका अर्थ है कि मैंने दिल्ली को जो गैस चैम्बर में बदली है दिल्ली, उसके लिए मैं जिम्मेदार नहीं हूं, मैंने आम आदमी पार्टी को वोट नहीं दिया।
All right, so BJP hitting out at Kejriwal government over the pollution level in the national capital, and it's not just the Delhi air quality but the water quality as well, especially the Yamuna River that has only gone from bad to worse, and all-out politics that has also broken out over the contamination level, not just in the air but also the Yamuna River. Piyush Mishra also joining us live right now. Piyush, if you could once again talk to us about this RTI reply that has been received on the contamination of the Yamuna River.
Well, Samiksha, indeed, the contamination of Yamuna water has been an issue which Aam Aadmi Party and BJP both raising. In fact, BJP has been targeting Aam Aadmi Party over this and asking questions from the Delhi government over the contamination of Yamuna water. And this reply is somewhere suggesting that the microorganisms, those have been found in Yamuna water, are above the permissible limit. The water of Yamuna river is contaminated. This is what the laboratory reports are also suggesting. Now, BJP is asking questions from the Kejriwal-led government as to why is it happening. Remember that during the time of Chhath Puja celebrations, a massive war of words had erupted between both the political parties, where Aam Aadmi Party had raised the issue of a mountain of garbage in Delhi. On the other side, BJP raised the issue of toxicity in Yamuna River, and also they had asked that what Aam Aadmi Party government has done so far in cleaning the Yamuna water. So far, there is no response coming in from Aam Aadmi Party government. But yes, this RTI report somewhere suggests the failure of Kejriwal government. After this very short break, we will be getting more and more voices as the RTI replies somewhere raising a lot of questions over the AAP government in Delhi. Stay tuned for more updates.
PM Modi campaigned in Himachal Pradesh ahead of the polls to be held in the state. The Prime Minister called the Congress a guarantee of corruption and nepotism and targeted the Aam Aadmi Party as the most corrupt in the guise of being imandar as he campaigned for the BJP at Solan.
बार का हिमाचल चुनाव बहुत खास है। खास इसलिए क्योंकि इस बार 12 नवंबर को जो वोट पड़ेंगे वो वोट सिर्फ आने वाले 5 वर्ष के लिए नहीं है। इस बार 22 नवंबर को पड़ने वाला एक एक वोट हिमाचल के अगले 25 साल की विकास यात्रा तय करेगा।
The National Investigation Agency filed a charge sheet against Dawood Ibrahim, 8 Chota Shakil and 3 others associates in connection with the terrorist network and organized criminal syndicate named the D Company, accused of several terror activities in India. A terrorist linked to the LET was apprehended near Bandipora in Jammu and Kashmir. Now, the terrorist was apprehended following a vehicle check near Chandragir and weapons and ammunition found being caught. Now, the terrorist further confessed to being working on the directions of a handler from Pakistan.
तराना के एक स्कूल के शिक्षक द्वारा वहां पर पढ़ने वाली बालिकाओं से एक गलत हरकत करने का मामला सामने आया था, जिस पर से तराना में तत्काल अपराध पंजीबद्ध कर उक्त आरोपी
Prime Minister Modi has
And tracking the latest on the Munugode by-poll counting, which is underway, a controversy that has hit the Munugode by-polls again. As the counting of votes is underway, the Union Minister G. Kishan Reddy has questioned the Chief Election Officer for not declaring results for counting of votes. After counting of votes rounds is completed, Kishan Reddy has expressed dissatisfaction over delay in announcing round-wise results. So we'll go across to Andheri as well to get us the latest on the Munugode by-polls. But this latest controversy that is coming in, Union Minister G. Kishan, who has questioned the Chief Election Officer. Andheri there getting us all those updates. Andheri, take us to all those updates coming in. The latest trends as well as what G. Kishan Reddy has said in relation to the counting of results.
Well, Samiksha, we have been seeing how the voting had taken place. Near about 93% of votes voting was taken place. But when we talk about the counting, which has begun at 8 a.m., as of now, 4 rounds of voting has been completed, where we see the TRS is in lead with near about 714 votes. But also at the same time, we see that there's a controversy now broken out here, where the BJP and also the BJP leader and also the Union Minister G. Kishan Reddy has spoken to the Chief Electoral Officer here in the state of Telangana and expressed dissatisfaction over the results being delayed announcements of the result being delayed, and also at the same time he questioned and asked the Chief Electoral Officer to immediately announce the results after every round. So we have been seeing it's been almost 30 to 40 minutes where the 4th round of results were announced, but we are being still told that 5th round of results are still being counted counted. So we'll have to wait and watch who wins the Munugudu by-polls. But yes, total 15 rounds of counting will be taking place here. And also, now we have been seeing the TRS is currently in the lead with near about 714 votes.
Yes. We also have Sandeep joining us. Andheri, stay with us. Latest what we are given to understand in this now 9th round of counting, which is underway. 43,420 votes that have been counted, of which Rutuja Latke has received more than 32,000 votes. Sandeep getting us those updates. Sandeep, take us through the latest you're picking up.
Votes have been finished now, and in fact 43,420 votes are the votes that have been counted so far. At this point of time, 32,515 votes are in the favor of Rutuja Latke. So far, Rutuja Latke has bagged 32,515 votes, and in fact 6,637 votes in Nota. Definitely, the votes are striking in the favor of Rutuja Latke. But what is more important out here is that Nota is comparatively getting higher. The votes in Nota are comparatively higher. In fact, that is something that Uddhav Thackeray faction will be very much concerned about. And remember, this is not just with the
assembly elections or by-poll election. It is not still limited to by-poll. It is about BMC elections.
Yes.
So as if the Nota numbers will increase, this will be also raised as an impact over this constituency.
Yes. All right, Sandeep and Andheri, thank you for the moment. We'll keep coming back to you for the latest on the by-poll results. So a crucial battle there, prestige battle for a lot of parties, including the TRS as well. For now, let's get a quick roundup of all the election stories from across the country. Big win for the RJD in Bihar. Candidate Neelam Devi has won and retained the Mokama Assembly by-polls. And in UP, initial trends at the Gola Gorakhnath constituency hint at BJP's Amangiri being in the lead by at least 3,800 votes. RJD's Mohan Prasad Gupta was reported to be in the lead in Gopalganj, Bihar with at least 2,700 votes. Three-layered security that has been deployed as the EVMs reached the designated site of counting for the Adhampur seat in Haryana. AIMIM Chief Asaduddin Owaisi is scheduled to visit Gujarat, where he will hold public meetings in Mirzapur and Surat as part of campaigning for the state votes. Meanwhile, Uddhav Thackeray has asked party workers to be prepared for mid-term elections, with the Shiv Sena chief mentioning that as a Prime Minister had already promised 2 lakh crore rupees to be given in Maharashtra. It's clear that the BJP is planning for mid-term elections in the state following the Gujarat votes. And we'll slip into a very short break for now. Do not go anywhere. We'll get you all the latest on the by-poll vote counting, which is underway as we speak.
Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman hinted at the possibility of the centre considering restoring statehood to Jammu and Kashmir. Now, the hint came about when the Finance Minister spoke on taxes of at least 42%, further stating that Jammu and Kashmir might become a state as well.
That Finance Commission said now you raise it to 42%, which means the centre will have lesser amount in its hand. Prime Minister Modi, without a second, they have thought about it, fully accepted that Finance Commission, and that is why today states get 42% of the amount, now reduced by 141% because J&K is no longer a state.
PM Modi campaigned in Himachal Pradesh ahead of the polls to be held in the state. The Prime Minister called the Congress a guarantee of corruption and nepotism and targeted the Aam Aadmi Party as the most corrupt in the guise of being imandar as he campaigned for the BJP at Solan.
बार का हिमाचल चुनाव बहुत खास है। खास इसलिए क्योंकि इस बार 12 नवंबर को जो वोट पड़ेंगे वो वोट सिर्फ आने वाले 5 वर्ष के लिए नहीं है। इस बार 12 नवंबर को पड़ने वाला एक एक वोट हिमाचल के अगले 25 साल की विकास यात्रा तय करेगा।
The National Investigation Agency filed a charge sheet against Dawood Ibrahim, 8 Chota Shakil and 3 others associates. Here are the headlines at 12 this afternoon. 7 seats across 6 states in the fray. The stakes are high as counting of votes get underway. It's a close contest between BJP and the TRS. All eyes on Munugodu by-poll results. The race for Gujarat intensifies. Prime Minister Modi to kickstart Gujarat campaign today. More releases Manifesto for Himachal Pradesh polls. Slain Hindu activist murder in broad daylight. Sudhir Suri's last strike shortly. No end to stubble burning. National capital continues to choke. Witnesses 40 to 50% increase in patients.
Today, states get 42% of the amount, now reduced by 141% because J&K is no longer a state. It will soon become maybe sometime.
Finance Minister makes big statement on Jammu and Kashmir, says centre mulling restoration of state status. A very good afternoon. Thanks for tuning into Republic TV. You're watching Live and Breaking with me, Nivedna Prabhu. We're, of course, discussing everything to do with the by-poll election results today. And, in fact, the results of the elections in the 7 assembly seats across 6 states will be declared today. We, of course, Republic TV are getting you all the latest in terms of the coverage, on-ground reporting. But talking about the by-poll election, prestige battles are being fought in Bihar and Telangana. And a family legacy is on the line in Haryana. Like we did point out earlier, Republic, of course, has a correspondent on the ground getting us the latest in terms of everything that to do with the by-poll elections. In fact, we have been seeing a close neck-to-neck fight in Telangana between the BJP and the TRS. When we're talking about Andheri East over there, as of now, like our correspondent Sandeep was also pointing out, it seems like it's a lone fight as Rutuja Latke, beg your pardon, is leading at the moment. But we're continuing to track everything to do with the by-poll elections right here on Republic TV. It's a high-stake competition, of course. And going to Sandeep, who is, of course, reporting live on the Andheri East by-poll elections. Sandeep, coming back to you, considering the fact that we've been talking about how Rutuja Latke is, of course, ahead, but give us a sense of where it stands right now after the 10th round.
See, as far as the 10th round is concerned, the real-time data that I have got is that Rutuja Latke Rituja Latke has managed to get around 37,469 votes, and in fact the number of votes that is for Nota is 7,556. So definitely the numbers of Nota is something which would be the matter of concern for all the parties out here. Remember, BJP has not fielded a candidate out here in Andheri East constituency, and the voter turnout is less than 31%. So you can understand the kind of things that are happening in the constituency of Andheri. In fact, remember, it was in fact being said by Uddhav faction and the party workers of Uddhav Thackeray is that Nota is nothing but these are the vote that was in fact supposed to be the vote for BJP, which is going in the account of Nota. So it is the kind of strategy that BJP has made. That is what being told by Uddhav Thackeray faction party workers. But at this point of time, you know, it is in fact a clean sweep for Rituja Latke. But what target that Uddhav Thackeray has for this constituency is maximum to bag around more than 55,000 votes from Andheri East constituency. So that is something to be looked after, whether Rituja Latke will be able to cross 55,000 votes.
All right. Thank you, Sandeep, for getting us the latest. Of course, we'll keep coming back to you to track everything that's happening in terms of on the ground of these bipolar elections. But moving on to more breaking news that is coming in at the moment. Now, after the family raised the issue, police released the Hindu leaders and family preparing for the last journey. Now, remember, Sudhir Suri's last rites will be performed shortly. Now, in fact, earlier we had seen Hindu leaders who were detained, and we also did see Sudhir Suri's brother react, saying that that was injustice. But in terms of the news that is coming in at the moment, the latest development being that, of course, after the family raised the issue, police have released the Hindu leaders and the family is preparing for the last journey. Over to Amandeep to give us all the latest details in terms of Sudhir Suri's last rites that is currently going to be performed shortly.
Well, absolutely, Navedma. The last journey of Sudhir Suri has finally begun from his residence, and you can see that number of people have been participated after the family raised the issue that certain Hindu leaders remain under the house arrest until the time they will not get released. The family will not cremate, and now you can see that the visuals are very much telling that all the Hindu outfits and even supporters and the leaders, they all have came out, all the people have been released, and the last journey of Sudhir Suri has been begun from his residence with a van. You can see this is the van, and even this van with the photograph and the flowers, and in fact with the full security, and the people, the supporters are leading this last journey with the slogans Suri Zindabad, Sudhir Suri Teri Soch Pe Pehra Denge Thoke. These are the slogans, and in fact certain slogans against the government and the police also. You can see a heavy deployment, a heavy security deployment, Navedna, is here. Police have left no stone unturned in with regards to the security providing to the last journey of Sudhir Suri. The visuals are very much telling. You can see more vehicles, only vehicles of police are in this entire journey, and people are walking. They are on their foot, they are crossing the roads. The route has been completely sanitized by the police, and even the police remain in the cars, gypsies, even the bulletproof cars has also in the line of last journey, and even certain bikes, scooters, cycles, everything, every vehicle is used by the police to make this last journey very secure, just because the situation in Amritsar is very tense since Sudhir Suri was shot to death by Sandeep Singh, a cloth merchant who is the supporter, who is the ideologically inclined towards the Khalistan thought process, and that is the reason this situation has been created in Amritsar. You can see the visuals that number of people are participating in the last journey of Sudhir Suri that has just started from the residence of Sudhir Suri till Durgyana Temple cremation ground, and even this journey will cross the heart of the city, and the entire city will be witnessing the last journey of Sudhir Suri as well. The visuals are very much telling. This is a van. Behind this, a long queue of the police cars, cavalcade, entire